Attention, stations on the network. Our broadcast will begin in 2 minutes from my mark. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, mark. That was your 2-minute time check, stations. Attention, stations on the network. Our broadcast will begin in 1 minute from my mark. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, mark. That was your 1-minute time check, stations.
On the Bobcat Sports Network from Learfield, this is Montana State Bobcat Basketball, brought to you by Door Tech, raising the door on quality, Montana State University, Mountains and Mines, and by Rate, the foundation of great homes throughout Montana. Live from the First Interstate Bank broadcast booth, here's the voice of the Bobcats, Keaton Gillogly.
The longest two-game road trip in the league continues today as the Montana State University Bobcats are out in Colorado, ready to take on the first-place Northern Colorado Bears. Hello, everybody. My name is Keaton Gillogly. Pleasure to be with you on this Saturday evening as tonight we get set for the Montana State University Bobcats coming in at 10-14 on the year. They are 5-6 in conference action as they get ready to battle with the University of Northern Colorado Bears. The Bears come in at 17-7. They are tied for first place in the Big Sky at 9-2 after suffering a loss to Montana on Thursday. So it's the Grizzlies and the Bears who are tied for first place in the Big Sky as we get into the meat of the schedule as we head toward the middle of February. All right, we're going to talk with head coach Matt Logie in just a bit. We will get up to date on everything going on around the Big Sky as well. The women have already played and gone final back at the Brick. We'll talk about that and more. But first, let's dive into this matchup between Montana State and Northern Colorado today. And we will go and break down this Bears team and see why they're going to be in hot water today. Brought to you by Mountain Hot Tub. Mountain Hot Tub is Montana's largest hot tub dealer since 1979. Your authorized hot spring spa dealer with locations in Bozeman, Butte, and Helena. Well, this is a Northern Colorado team that has been very good all year long. They really haven't had any dips. They did lose their last game against Montana on Thursday, but overall they have been really the best team in the league pretty convincingly. They are outscoring their opponents by over 7 points per game in conference action, which is a lot this year considering just how even and how much parity there is in the league, which we'll be able to touch on a little bit more of when we take a look at the Big Sky standings in just a bit. But they are the number one offense in the league in Big Sky play. They are the number one shooting team, both overall field goal percentage and three-point field goal percentage, and they are a team with a lot of experience and a lot of experience together under head coach Steve Smiley. They do have the one key newcomer this year. That's Isaiah Hawthorne, who had 18 points against Montana State in the first meeting. He is now their leading scorer after putting up another 17 points on Thursday. He's a long, rangy four-man who can knock down the three as well. He went 3 for 5 from the three-point line against Montana in the loss on Thursday, but he is a very dangerous player. And then right with him as well, Langston Reynolds, a guy who has waited his time here at Northern Colorado. He's a guy who didn't play much his first 2 years here with the Bears, but now the third-year junior from Denver has emerged as one of the potential candidates for Big Sky Player of the Year. He's averaging over 17 points per game. He had 14.6 assists on Thursday, so he is a dynamic player who scored 12 points against Montana State in the first meeting, which was a memorable meeting, but not necessarily for the right reasons. The Bobcats in that game against Northern Colorado on January 9th, they opened up a 12-point lead in that ball game, or excuse me, a 20-point lead in that ball game, and were really dominating with about 12 minutes to go in the second half. So they had a 20-point lead with 12 minutes left in the game, but Northern Colorado took just a few minutes to cut it down to single digits, and they would go on to win a one-point affair, 83-82. So tough loss for Montana State in that regard, and we'll talk about this with Coach Logie in a bit, but kind of a glass half full, glass half empty situation. The half full point of view of that game is, look, you hung right with them. It was you're up by 20 at one point against the team that's been the best in the Big Sky throughout the season, but the glass half full is the fact that you couldn't sustain it, and you end up losing late in that ball game. And a point that remains and should be continually remembered for this Bobcat team. Yes, they are sitting at 5-6 in conference action. However, they have done a really good job in terms of just they're right there in every single game. Still, the largest loss is just a 7-point defeat in Missoula. Montana State still has a positive scoring margin in conference action. So there has been a lot to like for Montana State. It just hasn't consistently ended up in victories for this Bobcat team. But today, a great opportunity to get one of those wins as the Bobcats are sitting heavily in the middle of the Big Sky Pack right now. There are a lot of teams bunched up. It's right now Northern Colorado and Montana tied for first place, and then everybody else bunched up in the middle of the conference right now. So a lot of opportunity here for Montana State. If they can get a win today, they can get back to 500 in Big Sky play for the second time. They go home against Weber State and Idaho State, and they will have a home-heavy schedule down the stretch, so they should feel pretty good about an opportunity to get over 500 in conference action. Remember, this Montana State team went just 9-9 in Big Sky play last year before getting hot and getting on their run in the Big Sky Conference tournament. So still so much for this Bobcat team to be able to accomplish starting again today between the Bobcats and the Bears. All right, we're going to take a break. When we come back, we'll get to our keys to the game presented by Kendall Ford. We'll get to our Wheat Montana weather report. We'll take a look at the First Interstate Bank out-of-town scoreboard. And, of course, we'll sit down with head coach Matt Logie. It's the Bobcats and the Bears, Montana State and Northern Colorado from Greeley today. Back after this, you're listening to Bobcat Basketball presented by Learfield.
Ambient Air Solutions wants to take a moment to show our gratitude and to say thank you. Thank you to our frontline workers. Thank you to our doctors, nurses, and EMTs. Thank you to all the volunteers. And thank you to the Gallatin County community. Ambient Air Solutions is so grateful for your support for over 12 years. We are so blessed to live in such a beautiful place. Ambient Air Solutions is here for all your heating and cooling needs. Call us at 406-577-1818 to schedule your service today. Ambient Air Solutions, simplifying heating and cooling.
When a power line has fallen down, it can be downright dangerous and even deadly. That's because downed lines can still energize the ground and objects around them. To help keep you and others safe, Northwestern Energy says stay at least 35 feet or the length of a semi-truck away from a downed power line and anything the line is touching. You should always assume the line is live, and if you see a downed line, immediately call 911 and warn others. Northwestern Energy, delivering a bright future.
Ready to build your brand? Think Inc. outside the box for your complete branding solutions. Located in Bozeman, Montana, we offer a full print shop for banners, signs, wraps, trade show booths and graphics, promotional products, and much more. If you can think it, we can ink it. We are a proud supporter and corporate sponsor of the MSU Bobcats. Like us on Facebook to see some of our cat wraps. Ready to build your brand? Think Inc. and call us at 406-922-6462 or visit us on the web at inkoutside.com.
It's the season of home improvement, and Williams Plumbing will help you tackle the big stuff. Are old roots clogging your sewer line? Williams has the tools to fix it. Have you checked your septic system lately? We have the knowledge and experience to maintain or repair it. Looking to install a yard hydrant? We'll do it promptly and professionally. Don't sweat the big stuff. Call Williams Plumbing today.
Back at the pregame show, getting set for Montana State and Northern Colorado today. The Bobcats and the Bears. Montana State trying to earn a split on this difficult road trip after a tight 5-point loss against Northern Arizona on Thursday night. All right, let's get to our Kendall Ford keys to the game today. And for Montana State, first and foremost, you got to make some shots. The Bobcats got off to a very slow start offensively against Northern Arizona at the beginning of the first and really the second halves as well. Montana State had a stretch of something like 2 of 12 at the start of that second half and started 0 of 8 from the field against the Lumberjacks. And that's just not necessarily going to get it done. The Cats only shot 31% from the field in the second half in the loss against Northern Arizona, which was once again another tight loss for Montana State. 5 has been the magic number. Montana State has had a number of losses decided by 5 or fewer points, and a lot of times right at 5 points in the Big Sky. Overall this year, Montana State is now 2-9 in games decided by 5 or fewer points. So got to find a way to win some of these close games. We have seen that at times for Montana State after the 0-3 start. And again, for the Bobcats, the defense needs to come out hot. I mean, this is a UNC team that can shoot the best defenses out of the gym. So if you're Montana State, you have absolutely got to lock down defensively at the very start of this ball game, because that is not something Montana State did early against particularly Carson Tout and Trent McLaughlin on Thursday night. So quick shooting start, quick defensive start in this game, and the Bobcats should have enough confidence to do some damage in this game against the team that's tied for first place in Northern Colorado. So those are some of our Kendall Ford keys to the game today. All right, let's get to our Wheat Montana weather report. The weather on this trip has actually been phenomenal. Haven't seen any snow. Right now it's 33 degrees, so I mean, that's still pretty nice, and it had gotten up to almost 60 degrees most of the days on this road trip after we left that monsoon of snow that everybody got to experience on Wednesday afternoon when we were getting ready to leave. But overall, weather's been pretty darn gorgeous after we got out of Bozeman on Wednesday afternoon, and that is our Wheat Montana weather report. Okay, we are going to take a break. On the other side of this timeout, we'll get to our First Interstate Bank out-of-town scoreboard. We'll tell you how the women did as they were coming off that dynamic victory on Thursday against Northern Arizona. They had the Bears at home this afternoon. We'll talk about that. We do have at least one final in Big Sky play right now, and a slew of nationally ranked games, which we'll get you caught up on in just a bit. But first, timeout. We're getting set for Montana State and Northern Colorado from Greeley. You're listening to Bobcat Basketball, presented by Learfield.
Hello, tomorrow. We may not know exactly what you've got in store for us, for our routines and our normals. But here's the thing. Turns out, we've got this. We haven't seen everything, but we have seen ourselves be more ready for whatever you bring than we thought we would be. So when it comes to tomorrow, bring on the day. First Interstate, built for you. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender. Visit us at firstinterstate.com.
Grotto Meats, handcrafted charcuterie, fine butchery, and award-winning smoked meats, sustainably sourced in Montana, creating delicious new takes on classic favorites with local ingredients and a chef's ingenuity. Grotto Meats preserves the best of Montana in every bite. Visit the Grotto Meats retail shop located at 611 North Wallace in Bozeman. Open Tuesday through Friday, 11:30 a.m. until 6:30 p.m. and Saturday from 10 a.m. until 3 p.m. Also at local retailers and restaurants. Shop online at grottomeats.com, Instagram, and Facebook.
The Ribbon Chop House was founded in 2001. Our ability to grow has come through our commitment to Rocky Mountain hospitality, a concept which incorporates a casual attitude with our high-level commitment to loyalty, safety, service, and quality food. At the Ribbon Chop House, our staff is dedicated to creating extraordinary experiences that raise the bar in each of our communities. Enjoy premium steaks, fresh seafood, and award-winning baby back ribs. We look forward to sharing a little Rocky Mountain hospitality with you.
Bobcat fans, support both your favorite team and Montana State students. When you shop at MSU bookstores, you help lower the price of course materials for Montana State students. MSU Bookstore is owned by MSU students and faculty and serves as the only not-for-profit campus bookstore in Montana. Shop online at msubookstore.org, at Bobcat Stadium on game days, or on campus in the Strand Union Building. Remember, Bobcat fans, when you shop at MSU Bookstore, all proceeds from your purchase go directly to lowering the cost of course materials for Montana State students.
You are a Bobcat fan, and your seat matters. Section 108, right in the middle, and a perfect view of the fast break, alley-oop, and slam dunk. At Kendall Ford of Bozeman, we're a proud supporter of Montana State Athletics. We're big fans of teamwork, dedication, and helping customers find the best deal on the perfect vehicle to fit their needs. Where you sit matters, as in the driver's seat. Get started at KendallFordBozeman.com. Kendall, let's start something great.
It's easy not to think about food security when there's food on the table, but right now, 1 out of 10 Montanans is hungry.
When families don't have adequate access to nutritious food, that takes a very real toll on people's health.
This is why Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Montana partners with Montana Food Bank Network.
Our interest at Blue Cross is we want the state, whether they're a member or not, to have adequate supply, access, composition of the food that they're able to get.
Learn more at bigblueskyinitiativemt.com.
Back of the pregame show, we're getting set for Montana State and Northern Colorado today. My name is Keaton Gillogly. A pleasure to be with you on this Saturday evening, and we're going to talk to head coach Matt Logie here in just a bit. But first, it's time to take a look at the First Interstate Bank out-of-town scoreboard. We start with the women's team, which has continued to roll. What a dominant win they had this afternoon at Brick Breeden Fieldhouse. Montana State, Coach Binford, they win today 65-44. They were up 40-16 at the half. Morales had 14 points to lead the way. Addison Harris had 10 points in the contest. Montana State racked up another 16 steals, forcing 25 turnovers. It was, once again, an absolutely dominant performance by Coach Binford and Montana State women's basketball, which now sits at 22 wins, 2 losses. They have 12 conference victories without a loss, and they've got a 2-game lead in first place. As we head into the stretch run, they'll be on the road against Weber State and Idaho State next week. A couple of games they won in blowout fashion at home earlier this year. We'll see if they can keep that up when they have to go on the road next week. Northern Arizona on the women's side did win today. They beat Montana 96-76. They had a pair of 30-point quarters in that game, and it's once again another proof point of how dynamic the Bobcat defense is when we're talking women's hoops. Northern Arizona scored just 66 points on Thursday in Bozeman. They end up scoring 30 more points on Saturday today at Dahlberg. So the Bobcat defense has been what the Cats have hung their hat on throughout the year, and they are absolutely rolling right now at 12-0. Northern Arizona is 10-2, and then Idaho is 8-4. Everybody else is within a game of 500 or worse, and good stuff happening right now for Coach Binford and her bunch. Meanwhile, on the men's side, we do have a couple of finals in the books here as we take a look at some of them right now. Eastern Washington defeats Portland State today 72-67. That's a good outcome for Montana State. So a nice win there for Eastern Washington at home. They hung 41 points in the first half. Idaho wins a heck of a ball game at home against Sacramento State. They win it 78-76. Tyler Lindhart hit the final 3 free throws to get the victory. Sac State had knocked down a layup with less than a minute to go, and then after trading a couple of buckets, it was Tyler Lindhart who got to the line and knocked down 3 of his final 4 free throws to give Idaho the victory, winning by 2. Montana and Northern Arizona tip off with us at 6 o'clock, and that's a massive game. Montana on the second of this road trip trying to solidify themselves at least a share of first place by the end of the day, depending on how this one shakes out. And for Northern Arizona, trying to get back to 500 if they can steal a win against the Grizzlies, which are currently the hottest team in the Big Sky right now. They have won 5 straight after their convincing win here on Thursday. And then finally, Idaho State is at Weber State today. That one will be interesting with Idaho State losing against Weber State at home earlier. That was one of Weber State's 3 conference wins this season. So that's how the schedule is shaken out today. Northern Colorado and Montana tied for first at 9-2. Portland State with their loss today 6-5. Idaho State 5-5. NAU, Idaho, and Montana State all bunched up at 5-6. Eastern is 5-7. Weber is 3-7, and Sac State is 2-8. Some of the finals from around the top 25 now. Number 14, Kentucky wins against South Carolina 80-57. Kentucky sitting at 5-5 in SEC play. Number 21, Wisconsin survived a scare late on the road to go to 9-4 in the Big Ten. They win 74-63 at Iowa. Number 24, Michigan survives at Indiana 70-67. They're 10-2 in the Big Ten. Number 16, Kansas loses at Kansas State. They fall 81-73. Kansas now 7-5 in Big 12 play. Iowa State continues to win. Their top 10. They beat TCU 82-52. Creighton upsets number 11 Marquette 77-67 out in Omaha. Number 10 Texas wins at number 15 Missouri 67-64. Number 1 Auburn goes down today. They suffer their first SEC loss. They lose at home against Florida, down 90-81. Number 5 Houston wins again. They're 11-1 in the Big 12. They beat Colorado 69-59. Colorado is 0-12 in Big 12 play right now. Number 9 Michigan State, they beat Oregon 86-74. Michigan State was down by 16 or 14 points at the half. They came back. They hung a 50-burger in the second half, outscoring Oregon 50-24 after the break. Crazy game in East Lansing as Tom Izzo ties Bobby Knight with in terms of career Big Ten victories. Number 22, Mississippi State leading Georgia 40-32. Number 23, Illinois leading Minnesota 46-35. And number 2, Duke at Clemson up 24-20. So those are all the active top 25 games going on around the country right now. So that's what's up there. All right, we're going to take a break. When we get back, we'll have a chance to sit down with head coach Matt Logie. We'll talk a little bit about what he needs to see from this Bobcat defense after scuffling a bit particularly early in that game against NAU. Talk a little bit about how the Bobcats opened up that 20-point lead against the Bears back in Bozeman, and how can they recreate that today in a battle of Big Sky Blue and Golds. It's Montana State and Northern Colorado today, live from Bank of Colorado Arena. All right, we're taking a break. Coach Logie after this. You're listening to Bobcat Basketball, presented by Learfield.
It's the season of home improvement, and Williams Plumbing will help you tackle the big stuff. Are old roots clogging your sewer line? Williams has the tools to fix it. Have you checked your septic system lately? We have the knowledge and experience to maintain or repair it. Looking to install a yard hydrant? We'll do it promptly and professionally. Don't sweat the big stuff. Call Williams Plumbing today.
Town & Country Foods is a proud supporter of Bobcat Athletics. As a locally owned company, we believe the benefit of buying local helps support the local economies in southwest Montana. Our stores offer great selections of items you need every day, including organics, specialty foods, fresh meats and produce, along with incredible selections from our bakery and deli departments. Town & Country Foods is 100% employee owned and serves southwest Montana with 8 locations. Visit your local Town & Country Foods today. Go Cats!
The Bobcats are proud to present these preferred local partners as members of Bobcat Built, Bryant Heating and Cooling Systems, Bryant, whatever it takes, Carrier Heating and Air Conditioning, Carrier, turn to the experts, Ace Roofing, building Montana strong, one roof at a time, Rivers Landscaping, crafting superior outdoor spaces, and NW Construction, proud to call Bozeman home. Montana State Athletics encourages our fans to choose these local businesses. They are proud local sponsors and demonstrate what it means to be a Bobcat. We are Bobcat Built.
Loaded Tortilla Soup is back at Qdoba. Savory veggie broth packed with flavor from tomatoes, peppers, onions, and spices. Enjoy loaded tortilla soup in a bowl or crunchy tortilla shell with your favorite protein and craveable toppings. That's right, the soup sensations fans have been raving about has returned. But not for long, so get it while it's hot. Loaded Tortilla Soup is back at Qdoba. Order today at Qdoba.com or in the app.
Back on the pregame show, we're getting set for Montana State and Northern Colorado today. Keaton Gillogly alongside head coach Matt Logie. And Coach, going back to that last game, you talked about the start on the defensive end against Northern Arizona. Obviously, UNC, one of the better offensive teams in the conference. What do you need to see from your defense to be successful tonight?
Yeah, I just think our intensity level and our focus has to be there. When we're locked in and really playing with great intensity, we've shown the ability to play, really solid defense. And unfortunately, we didn't do that on Thursday night. So you got to dig yourself out of that hole, and obviously we addressed that in the moment as well as post game. And it was as disappointing as it was. When you come in here against the best offense in the Big Sky, you better be on your P's and Q's, otherwise they can roll it.
When you look back at that last game against Northern Colorado, glass half full, glass half empty. The half full is you did open up a big lead against them throughout that game. What can you take from that? How can you replicate that to get a lead tonight?
Well, I think we found some things that worked offensively for us. When we have multiple guys making shots and we're playing together and moving the basketball with flow, you can have runs like that, and we just haven't been able to put enough of those together for long enough, or close it down after those have occurred. And at the end of the day, Northern Colorado had to make 8 out of 12 threes in the second half. There's some lessons in there that we had, but anytime you're up 20 on a team tied for first place with 12 minutes to go, it tells you that you can play with the top teams in the league, and it's a great opportunity for us tonight to go out and do that again.
All right, let's take a look at this Northern Colorado team. Not too many changes for them. Isaiah Hawthorne is a guy who's been really hot as of late, number 23 for them at almost 18 points per game. What's Hawthorne doing so well right now?
Yeah, he's just really shooting the ball at a high level. You've got to have a high hover hand on the catch. You can't allow him to stare you down and shoot hand down, man down threes. He's shooting almost 50% from three, and when you have your four-man shooting, that well, it opens up a lot of space for your guards to penetrate, your slashers to penetrate and post, and your post players to operate inside. And so that's one of the things that makes them so difficult. And we've got to be able to guard one-on-one so we can limit rotations.
Langston Reynolds has been their steady scorer throughout the season. How are you guys going to slow down Reynolds today?
Well, Reynolds is just a real high-caliber athlete. He gets out in transition about as good as anybody you'll ever see in terms of getting the rebound and pushing the ball down the floor. So you've got to sprint back. You got to have shadows in transition to get the basketball stopped. And then in the half court, you got to be physical with his drives. You got to put your chest on him early. You got to deal with a litany of pivots at the end of drives, and then you got to go get the ball off the glass to make sure you block him out.
Quinn Denker, the Idaho transfer coming off the bench, has gotten extremely hot as of late, coming off his season high 21 points against Montana on Thursday. What's Denker been doing to get hot?
Yeah, again, when you have such balance on the offensive end, sometimes you just need to have someone out there that can make open shots and be the recipient of ball movement, rotations, and that's really what Quinn has been doing for them as of late. If you keep their team out of rotations, keep your defense out of rotations, or get to neutral quickly in your rotations, then you can defend him one-on-one off the bounce. And so it's really about not allowing them to break down the defense that way.
All right, well, here we go. It's Montana State and Northern Colorado today. Coach, appreciate the time and the insight.
Thanks a lot. Go Cats.
All right, we'll take a break. When we come back, we'll have our starting lineups and tip-off between Montana State and Northern Colorado. For head coach Matt Logie, I'm Keaton Gillogly. This is Bobcat Basketball, presented by Learfield.
Here's to home. Here's to Northwest Crossing, where kids can be kids. And adults can also be kids. And new neighbors feel like old friends. Welcome to Bozeman, Montana's newest master planned community. Life here comes with nearby, top-rated Bozeman schools, on-site eateries and retail, office space, parks, trails, and so much more, including new homes from the 500s to 800s, exclusively built by Williams Homes. Learn more at nwxbzn.com. nwxbzn.com.
The Northern Pulse Growers Association encourages industry professionals and growers of dry peas, chickpeas, lentils, and fava beans to become members in 2024. Members gain access to cutting-edge research, expert training, market insights, and connect with a Pulse-passionate community. Visit northernpulse.com to join the Northern Pulse Growers Association. Together, we're sowing the seeds of success.
Great houses start with a sound foundation. That foundation starts with a mortgage with Sarah Kelzer and team at Rate. She is Bozeman's trusted mortgage specialist with 20 years experience that knows the neighborhood. We have great rates and personalized home lending solutions, and our decisions are made quickly so you can move into your dream home sooner. Rate, the foundation of great homes throughout Montana. Call Sarah at 406-580-6604 or apply online. Equal housing lender subject to credit approval. NMLS number 400361.
At Montana State University, students shape signature experiences that take them across the state and into local communities. MSU is dedicated to its land-grant mission, integrating transformational learning, discovery, and service that improves lives. You'll find our students teaching across Montana, conducting research in the heart of Yellowstone National Park, or even creating small shelter prototypes to address homelessness. Montana State University. Think outside.
Universal Athletic has been a proud supporter of Bobcat Athletics for over 45 years. Check out their great selection of Bobcat apparel and accessories for all your game day needs. Shop in store at their North 7th Avenue location or online at shop.msubobcats.com for everything you need to cheer on your Bobcats. Universal Athletic, a proud supporter of Bobcat Athletics for over 45 years. Go Cats!
For all of your tree and lawn care needs, turn to Arbor Medic Tree and Lawn Care, a proud sponsor of MSU Athletics. Arbor Medic Tree and Lawn Care provides outstanding service for your landscape for pruning, removals, stump grinding, tree moving, plant health care, and all of your landscaping maintenance needs. Check out Arbor Medic Tree and Lawn Care. Wade duly certified arborist.
On the Bobcat Sports Network from Learfield, Bobcat Basketball is brought to you by Town Pump Food Stores, proud sponsor of the Brawl of the Wild Series, and by First Interstate Bank, built for you. Go. Now turn it up. Turn it up. It's game time.
One hand slam. That was a ham. Got it to go. It's just that kind of night. Right corner three. Bang! Bang! This is the stuff that legends are made of. Gets it up for the win. Got it. Ball game over. Bobcats win. The Golden Bobcats continue their march. Montana State has done it.
We came here to win, and the best is yet to come.
Tip-off is just moments away from the First Interstate Bank broadcast booth. Here's the voice of the Bobcats, Keaton Gillogly.
Bobcats are trying to avenge a difficult loss against the number one team in the Big Sky. It's Montana State and Northern Colorado today. For Northern Colorado, it's Zach Block, Brock Wisney, Isaiah Hawthorne, Langston Reynolds, and Jaron Reilly. For the Bobcats, it's Patterson, Walker, Leckerlot, Zephyr, and Ogbong Polo. The ball is tossed in the air. The tip is won by the Montana State Bobcats. And here we go between the Bobcats and the Bears. Montana State with the basketball to start the day. 2 hour left. Brandon Walker spins in the lane, puts it up with the right hand. That's no good. And Wisney is able to corral the rebound out of bounds. Now Northern Colorado from left to right. Reilly curls to the elbow, pulls up with a jumper. That rims off, no good. And Bryce Zephyr has a clean rebound. Montana State moving from right to left. They're in the navy blue uniforms today. Ogbong Polo from the top. His two rims out. Reilly has the rebound at a fast pace to start the day. Langston Reynolds slowing it down out on the left side. Working down to the baseline and a foul. Max Ogbong Polo gets tagged for his first foul today. Montana State has run into a bit of foul trouble as of late, particularly Ogbong Polo and Bryce Zephyr in a couple of the last games. UNC to inbound. We're scoreless. Just over 19 minutes to go first half. Left wing three by Wisney is no good. The Bobcats have the rebound. Montana State now from right to left. Looking for our first bucket of the day between a couple of teams that clips 80 points in the first meeting. Walker one-on-one into the lane, down to the right block, lays it up and in. Brandon Walker opening the scoring with a right-handed layup over Brock Wisney down to the block. Brandon Walker had a big matchup, big game in that first meeting. UNC with the basketball to our right. Wisney bounces underneath, tipped free by Ogbong Polo, recovered by Reynolds, down on the right block. He goes up, blocked. Recovered again by Reynolds, spins to the right shoulder, steps through, lays it up. That rims out, no good, and the Bobcats win the rebound. Excellent defense by Max Ogbong Polo against one of the great scorers in the league. Montana State with the ball to our left. Here's Zephyr into the lane, pivoting. Bounce pass over to Walker on the right baseline. He's trying to back it down. Working on Wisney. Spins left shoulder, goes up with the right hand, missed it. And the rebound corralled by UNC. Bobcats up 2-0. 18 and a quarter to go, first half. Isaiah Hawthorne throws it back up to Reynolds. Two guys playing catch who average over 17 points per game. Up top to Wisney. Lob over to Reilly on the right wing. He drives down to the right baseline, cut off by Tyler Patterson. Bounce pass underneath, tip free, recovered, loose, and out of bounds, and it's staying with Northern Colorado. All right, let's pause 10 seconds for our network station identification. This is Montana State basketball.
AM 1450, KMMS, and K236CY Bozeman, 1340 KPRK Livingston, where Montana talks.
Northern Colorado inbounds the basketball. It's Jaron Reilly with it with 3 seconds to shoot. Pulls up at the free throw line. His jumper's no good. The Bobcats have the rebound. My name is Keaton Gillogly. Happy to be with you from the Bank of Colorado Arena in Greeley. Here's Sam Leckerlot. Topside three, no good. The rebound corralled by Northern Colorado. Boy, lots of possessions already as the pass is picked off by Max Ogbong Polo. Montana State moving from right to left. Over to Patterson. He rips it down to the right baseline and lost the handle on it. Turnover, Montana State. Hawthorne takes it out to the right wing. Crosses over to the mid-post right side. Has to kick it up to the top for Reilly. Around to Reynolds in the left corner. It's a 2-0 lead for Montana State with just over 17 minutes to go in the first half. Hawthorne works his way to the elbow, out to Reynolds. Thought about a three, turns the corner, gets down to the mid-post on Leckerlot. Working hard, spinning, pivoting, lays it. No! Boy, that was some gutsy defense by Sam Leckerlot, who took a couple of elbows on that play. Bobcats with it now to our left. Still just a 2-0 lead for Montana State, just over 3 minutes into the game. Patterson at the top, turns to the elbow, throws back to Ogbong Polo. Steps into the lane, draws contact, floats it up, rimming no. Offensive rebound by Walker, knocked out of his hands. It's loose on the floor. We've got a whistle. We got a foul. And I believe it's going on Northern Colorado, but let's get the official call. It is. And who's going on? It's going on Langston Reynolds. So Langston Reynolds picks up his first foul. 16:39 to go. We're in the first half. Montana State to inbound with a 2-0 lead over the Northern Colorado Bears. Bounce pass down to Leckerlot. He hands it off for Zephyr. Triggers a left corner three. Book it. Bryce Zephyr puts in the three, turns to the Bears bench, and shushes them. 5-0 lead for Montana State. 16.5 to go. All the fans still having to stand since Northern Colorado hasn't scored yet. And now we've got a whistle and a foul up top on Montana State. They called that on Ogbong Polo, and that's Ogbong Polo picking up his second. Always awkward when the fans have to stand before the first score of their team, and then their team doesn't score for 3.5 minutes. So everybody's still standing around awkwardly waiting for the best offense of the Big Sky to put in their first field goal of the day. Jaron Reilly has it up at the top. Crosses over on Lekalot, has to get rid of it. Here's Hawthorne against Zephyr, into the lane with a spin move, puts up a floating runner. That's no good. Bobcats got another stop. Everybody still has to stand with a big old 0 under the UNC. Here's Brandon Walker into the post, spins in the lane, goes up with the left hand, came up short, but he draws the foul. Brock Wisney picks up his first foul, and Brandon Walker will go to the line. 16:04 to go in the first half. Montana State leading 5-0. Their defense has come out just the way Coach Logie wanted it. UNC right now 0 for 7 from the field to start the day. Walker, his first free throw, and that is good. Brandon Walker knocking down a couple of his free throws now as of late. Walker went 3 for 4 from the stripe on Thursday night against NAU. Next free throw is good. So, all right, Brandon Walker hitting them both. Chika Duduka, an early sub in today. Him and Pat McMahon into the ball game, along with Lekalot, Zephyr, and Patterson. UNC, number 1 in the Big Sky in scoring. Starting 0 of 7. The Cats up 7-0 with 16 minutes to go first half. Reilly into the lane, kick out. Reynolds on the drive. Throws back out to the left wing, now into the paint. Wisney, double team down to the left block, has to pass out of it. Moved around to the right wing. Hawthorne, bounce pass to Reynolds, goes up against Duduka, lays it, no. Fight for the rebound, still loose, and Lekalot wins it, and then he throws it off of Wisney back to UNC. Here's a topside three. Reynolds airballed it. Boy, got to be tough standing up, watching your team into the first media timeout with an air ball on their 8th consecutive missed shot to start the day. Bobcat defense showing up, showing out. Let's take a break. 15:36 to go in the first half. Montana State leading 7-0 against Northern Colorado with some tired legs in the stands. You're listening to Bobcat Basketball, presented by Learfield.
For all of your tree and lawn care needs, turn to Arbor Medic Tree and Lawn Care, a proud sponsor of MSU Athletics. Arbor Medic Tree and Lawn Care provides outstanding service for your landscape. For pruning, removals, stump grinding, tree moving, plant health care, and all of your landscaping maintenance needs. Check out Arbor Medic Tree and Lawn Care. Wade duly certified arborist.
Hello, tomorrow. We may not know exactly what you've got in store for us, for our routines and our normals. But here's the thing. Turns out, we've got this. We haven't seen everything, but we have seen ourselves be more ready for whatever you bring than we thought we would be. So when it comes to tomorrow, bring on the day. First Interstate, built for you. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender. Visit us at firstinterstate.com.
Bobcat fans, support both your favorite team and Montana State students. When you shop at MSU bookstores, you help lower the price of course materials for Montana State students. MSU Bookstore is owned by MSU students and faculty and serves as the only not-for-profit campus bookstore in Montana. Shop online at msubookstore.org, at Bobcat Stadium on game days, or on campus in the Strand Union Building. Remember, Bobcat fans, when you shop at MSU Bookstore, all proceeds from your purchase go directly to lowering the cost of course materials for Montana State students.
Back in the First Interstate Bank broadcast position, up in the top row today at Northern Colorado. Montana State off to a great start against the first place Bears, up 7-0 with 15:36 to go in the first half. The fans still having to stand, awaiting their first field goal of the day. Montana State ready to inbound, facing a little bit of full court pressure. It goes into Pat McMahon, one-on-one to the backcourt, angling to the near side, and he takes it across the timeline against McCreary, who had the big shooting performance in the second half of the meeting between these two teams back in January. Montana State with the basketball. The Duca hands off for McMahon. Takes it out to the right wing, now crosses over and just lost it. Unforced turnover. Quinn Denker just checked in, and he picks up that loose ball. Denker, the Idaho transfer, coming off a season-high 21-point performance against the Grizzlies in a loss on Thursday. Wisney draws a foul. Tyler Patterson picks up the foul, bites his bottom lip in frustration. No one, he got caught with his hand in the cookie jar. Here comes Jabe Mullins He has really found some rhythm as of late. Jay Mullins had some big buckets late down the stretch against NAU, scoring 16 points. UNC with the basketball, 15 minutes to go first half. Reilly on the drive into the lane, stops, fall away, fading jumper, rimming, good. Oh, and look at that. At long last, the first bucket of the day, and Bears fans can sit down. Montana State with the basketball, and they'll move from right to left. Jay Mullins has it up at the top. He hands it off to Chika Nduka. Nduka, hand off to McMahon out on the right wing. Giving it to Nduka again on the right side. Over to the left wing for Pat McMahon. Over to Zephyr now on the drive. Zephyr down on the block, pivoting, lays it up with the left hand and bangs it off the window and in. Bryce Zephyr with a couple of early buckets. He's got 5 points tonight. Montana State opening a 9-2 lead with just over 14 minutes to go in the game. McCreary throws out to Hawthorne. Shuffles into the corner, throws back to McCreary. On the drive against McMahon, works his way down to the restricted area. Heaves it up, missed the shot, tipped out of bounds. Bobcat ball. Great box out by Chika Nduka underneath against the bigger Brock Wisney. That was one heck of a play. Wisney's 6'9", 245, going up against Chika Nduka, who is listed at 6'5", but there is who is 6'5" and 235. So you got a 4-inch differential between those two guys. Montana State into the front court. Zephyr gets into the lane, floats it up, floats it home. Bryce Zephyr, a hot start offensively today. Zephyr now with 7 points. 13:45 to go first half. Cats up 11-2. Bounce pass up to the top. Shields hands off for Reilly, the point guard. Over to the right wing for Denker. Takes it to the elbow, throws back to Reilly, slices into the lane, attacking the rack, missed the layup, fight for the rebound, out of bounds. No! Oh, they gave that to Northern Colorado. That looked like a really obvious hand from Egan Shields that touched it last, but so be it. Zach Block into the game. Jaron Reilly, the point guard, is one of the best in the league, takes his first seat today. 20 seconds on the shot clock as McCreary laces up his right shoe. 13:32 to go first half. It's 11-2, Montana State leading. Denker inbounds. Gives it to Shields. Bounce pass out of the right wing for Block. Thrown up to McCreary. Around to Denker. He slices down to the left block against Garacki. Walled off on that left block. Spins to the right shoulder. Pump fake up. Lays it good. Tough finish for Quinn Denker. It was good defense by Brian Garacki. 11-4, Montana State leading. 13:05 to go in the first half. Bryce Zephyr into the right corner for Garacki. Back to Zephyr. Moves to his right. Bounce pass to Garacki, top. Back to Zephyr. Angles to the elbow, accelerates into the lane. Pump fake, drop off. Nduka, another pump fake. The traffic clears, and he lays it in. That was an absolutely terrific find by Bryce Zephyr with a bounce pass with his back to Nduka, who lays it home. Cats up 13-4. 12:30 to go in the first half. UNC with the ball. Out to Shields on the left wing. Handoff for Block. Bobbled and recovered thanks to the defense from Garacki. Now Zephyr pokes it away from Denker. Denker recovers. 11 to shoot. Denker on the drive, in the lane, lays it up. That's good. Shields just ran right into Nduka. How is that not a moving screen? He had two forearms in Nduka's chest and was just running right into him and straight up pushed him across the baseline. And that's why Denker had a little bit of room. Logie is right into the official's ear, rightfully so. You can't just run into somebody as if you're setting a screen and then just move them like you're an offensive lineman. Zephyr, a runner, rattles it home. Bryce Zephyr, the hot hand early. 9 points. Bobcats up 15-6, 11:53 to go in the first half. Denker hands it off. Throw it up to the top for Hawthorne. Around to the left wing. UNC starting 3 of 14 from the field. The number one offense in the Big Sky. Denker against McMahon. Into the mid-post. Elbowing around. Has to get rid of it out to the top with 11 to shoot. Block to his left on the drive into the lane. Drop off down to Shields. Here's Nduka on the defense. And he ripped it out of there. Chika Nduka, the defensive stalwart off the bench, just stole it out of the palms of Shields. Here's Zephyr penetrating to the mid-post left side. Down to Nduka, working on Shields. Gets in deep. Just heaves up a circus shot. Didn't get a call on contact. UNC has the rebound. Thrown over to the right wing. Hawthorne makes a contested catch. Thrown up to Denker. Back inside. And that layup is no good as Bryce Zephyr picks up the foul. Coach Logie can't believe it. As Naduka didn't get the call on the other side. This time Zephyr breathing on the opponent a little too forcefully. He picks up his first foul. Bryce Zephyr, 9 points. Chika Naduka dominating on the defensive side. The Bobcats have a 9-point lead against the number 1 team in the conference. 11:07 to go, first half. Montana State leads 15-6 against Northern Colorado. You're listening to Bobcat Basketball, presented by Learfield.
Town & Country Foods is a proud supporter of Bobcat Athletics. As a locally owned company, we believe the benefit of buying local helps support the local economies in southwest Montana. Our stores offer great selections of items you need every day, including organics, specialty foods, fresh meats and produce, along with incredible selections from our bakery and deli departments. Town & Country Foods is 100% employee-owned and serves southwest Montana with 8 locations. Visit your local Town & Country Foods today. Go Cats!
I wanted to put up a fence to protect my tomato plants. So I grabbed this, and then I did this. But instead of yielding a big crop, I hit a utility line and had to pay $1,200 in repairs. I didn't just lose my pride and joy, I could no longer afford the new stovetop I'd been saving up for. Next time, I'm going to make my free call to 811 before I dig.
Learn from Curry and hundreds of others. Call 811 before you dig.
Brought to you by Montana811.org.
Bozeman Spirits Distillery. Craft distilling award-winning spirits since 2014. Making some of your favorites like Bobcat Gold Bourbon, Montana 1889 Whiskey, Cold Spring Huckleberry Vodka, Jim Bridger Bourbon, and many more. Visit the tasting room, try signature craft cocktails, and purchase bottles today. Located at 121 West Main, Bozeman Spirits Distillery, downtown Bozeman.
Montana's Ribbon Chop House has been serving Rocky Mountain communities for over 20 years. Our ability to grow has come through our commitment to Rocky Mountain hospitality, which incorporates a casual attitude with our commitment to loyalty, safety, service, and quality food. We hope you'll be our guest at one of our Montana locations soon. Also, we remind you that serving all your garage door needs, DoorTech is raising the door on quality. Bobcats have been rocking the Bears early. Cats shooting 6 of 12 from the field. Northern Colorado 3 of 14. Free throw falls for Marcel McCreary. 11:07 to go, first half. Montana State leading 15-7. Another free throw up. That one is no good. Chika Naduka wins the rebound. And the Bobcats leading early. Jed Miller into the game. Jay Mullins, Ryan Garacki, Chika Naduka, and Pat McMahon. The 5. And a foul away from the ball. Going on UNC, and it's Quinn Denker into hot hand on Thursday, who picks up his first. Jed Miller will inbound the basketball. Bryce Zephyr getting his first rest after starting 4 of 4 from the field with 9 points and 3 rebounds. Garacki on the right wing takes the inbounds pass, throws back to Jed Miller. Down to Naduka, right corner. Handoff for Miller, down to the baseline, picked up by the big man. Ball moved around the perimeter. Jay Mullins, then to Garacki, left corner. Guarded by Reynolds with 6 to shoot. Giving to Mullins, 5 to shoot. Jacks up with 3. Off the front iron, no good. And McCreary with a rebound. He pushes the tempo, now one-on-one against Mullins, and draws the foul. Easy call. Mullins put his hands on him and brought his arm down. And Marcel McCreary will go to the line for UNC. McCreary, 62% from the stripe. Does average 8.5 points per game. By far his best game of the year came against Montana State. Had that monster second half, hit 3 late threes in their 20-point comeback. First free throw is good. McCreary finished 21 points, 8 of 11 with 4 three-pointers made. Bobcats today 1 Wendy's three-pointer. They're 1 of 3. And they have 2 assists sponsored by Aware Mental Health Services. Brandon Walker back into the game. Chika Naduka, good minutes. Free throws no good. Garacki wins the rebound. So McCreary splits the pair. It's 15-8. Montana State leads. 10:25 to go in the first half. Brandon Walker out on the right elbow. Handoff for Jay Mullins. Bounce pass into the lane. Walker backing down, spins, lost it, and could not finish the layup. Really throws over to McCreary. He triggers his first 3. That one's no good. Fight for the rebound. The Bobcats win it. Reynolds tipped it out of Wisney's hands. So the Bobcats, the recipient and beneficiary of some friendly fire. Bobcats set up the offense as we tick under the 10-minute mark in the first half. Hand off for Garacki. Triggers a topside three. Banked it, missed it, too far left, and a tie-up. It'll be a jump ball, and it'll be UNC basketball. As McCreary and Walker tying up for that rebound. 9:46 to go in the first half. Montana State up 15-8. Montana State sitting at 5-6 in Big Sky play. Trying to get back to 500 before they get into their home-heavy portion of their schedule. They've got Weber State and Idaho State back at home next week. Reynolds takes it to the free throw line, turns the corner on Mullins, gets down to the left block, missed it. Good defense by Jay Mullins, and Brandon Walker has the rebound for the Bobcats. Walker at the top, hands off for Garacki with a bounce pass. Down to Walker against Hawthorne, mid-post, left side, back it in, spins left shoulder, goes up, lost it. Recovered the loose ball, swarmed by two defenders, goes up, draws the foul, and will go to the line. Frustrated he lost it, and then frustrated he couldn't finish on the second attempt, but Brandon Walker will go to the line. He is the only one to shoot free throws for Montana State so far. He is 2 for 2 at this point. The Bozeman Come On In Hotel and Suites, proud sponsor of MSU Athletics and the Montana State Alumni Association. First free throw is good. The Come On In allows you to escape the ordinary while enjoying their numerous hotel and guest room amenities. Visit ComeOnIn.com to book your stay today. 9 minutes, 17 seconds to go first half. Walker trying to extend an 8-point lead for the Bobcats. Free throw is up. Free throw is in. It's 17-8, Montana State leading. Defense has reigned supreme for the Bobcats in the early going. UNC 3 of 16 from the field. Reilly into the lane, down to the right block. Swarm throws it out to Reynolds. Around to the left wing for Block. Shuffling to his right, gives back to the point guard Reilly. Out to Wisney. Standing at the top. Bounce pass underneath. McCreary gets to the rack, lays it up and in with the right hand. Tough finish. Jed Miller was there with the contest. McCreary able to adjust in the air, and he lays it home. And something about playing the Bobcats gets Marcel McCreary going. The Air Force transfer. Montana State up by 7 with the ball. 8:40 to go first half. Jed Miller throws over to Garacki. He triggers a right wing three. That's no good as he goes down after the shot, and UNC has the rebound. Quiet start from 3 for the Cats. 1 of 4 from downtown. Reilly to the elbow, throws out to McCreary. Guarded by Garacki. Bounce pass underneath. Wisney pivoting, has to kick it out. Here's Block. Catch and shoot 3. That's good. First 3 of the day for Northern Colorado, the number 1 three-point shooting team of the Big Sky at 36% and 8.5 made per game. Montana State up 17-13, 8 minutes to go. First half. Walker against Reilly, a mismatch here. Backs in, spins right shoulder, goes up, lays it home. Took a little body bump in the air, and Brandon Walker able to finish. He's got 8. Montana State leading 19-13, 7:51 to go, first half. McCreary setting it up out on the left wing, gives the point guard Reilly. Down to Wisney, left block. Long skip pass, and a foul. That's going on Brandon Walker. He hit the arm of Wisney as he delivered that pass, and that takes us to a break as Patterson and Zephyr get ready to check back in. All right, let's step aside for First Interstate Bank broadcast position. 7:42 to go in the first half. Montana State leading 19-13 against Northern Colorado. You're listening to Bobcat Basketball, presented by Learfield.
The roar of the crowd, the thunder of thousands of fans stomping their feet as the Bobcats take the field. For Mary, her chronic hip pain kept her from the thrill of her favorite pastime. Thanks to the revolutionary orthopedic care from Bozeman's local orthopedic groups and the Bozeman Health Spine and Joint Institute, Mary was back on her feet and back in the game. If chronic spine and joint pain is keeping you from the activities you love, start your journey by visiting bozemanhealth.org/SJI.
With friendly customer service and an outstanding location near Montana State University and the base of the Bridger Mountain Range, Country Inn & Suites by Radisson is the perfect place to begin your Bozeman adventure. Country Inn & Suites offers a hot and delicious Be Our Guest breakfast buffet each morning. Free Wi-Fi is available throughout the property, and we have a business center and meeting rooms. Our indoor pool and hot tub is a great way to relax after a day of fun, and the on-site fitness center will keep your workout goals on track. We have spacious king and double queen suites with a full-size sleeper sofa available, and every room in Country Inn & Suites is smoke-free. Reserve your room today.
Hi,
Hi, I'm Bill Coffey, CEO of Stockman Bank. As a family-owned and operated community bank, we are focused only on serving the people, businesses, and communities of Montana. And now we are proud to be named one of the world's best banks by Forbes. We thank our customers for the trust you have put in us to meet your financial needs. If you don't know us, stop by and discover the difference at Stockman Bank, Montana's brand of banking, member FDIC.
Bobcat Basketball is brought to you by Kendall Ford, Lincoln and Bozeman, a proud supporter of Montana State Athletics. We're big fans of teamwork, dedication, and helping customers find the best deals on the perfect vehicles to fit their needs. Get started at KendallFordBozeman.com. Kendall, let's start something great. The Bobcats have started great today. Now they got to just keep it rolling. They opened up as much as a 9-point lead in the first 11 minutes. Currently up 19-13 with 7:42 to go first half. Northern Colorado with the basketball. Reilly has it up at the top. Takes it to the left wing, throws to Reynolds. Bounce pass down to McCreary and a foul. McCreary and Zephyr getting tangled up there defensively, and Bryce Zephyr just picked up his second foul. That is a painful pill to swallow, as Zephyr has had the hottest of hands to start the evening. 9 points on 4 of 4 shooting. So now Zephyr has to take a seat. Second straight game, he's run into some trouble. Ogbonpolo comes in. He's got 2 personal fouls on his ledger. The first free throw on the front end of a 1-and-1 is good from Marcel McCreary. Free throw is good. So McCreary hits them both. He subs out for Quinn Denker. 7:30 to go first half. Bobcats up 19-15. Jed Miller takes it into the front court. He's got Walker, Ogbonpolo, Patterson, and McMahon on the floor. McMahon into the right corner. Out to Miller. He directs traffic, waving guys left and right. Bounce pass to Brandon Walker, right baseline, working on Reynolds. Double team comes. Pass out to the left wing for Ogbonpolo. 5 to shoot. Gets into the lane, puts up a floater. The little push shot swirls out. Ooh, that was halfway home, and it did not fall. Chance for UNC to make it a 1-possession game. Reynolds, hands off for block. Over to Reynolds, rips it down to the right block. Throws up the top, Denker works his way inside, lost it, recovered by UNC. Now Reynolds into the lane, puts up the running shot, that's no good. Rebound won by Montana State. Tyler Patterson tipped to Pat McMahon. See, the Cats can get Pat McMahon going. He has not yet attempted a shot. Walker down into the post, goes in, lays it up off the glass, no. Tough angled shot by Brandon Walker. And here comes Reilly the other way, racing in, lays it up, no, but he draws the foul on Jed Miller, and Jaron Reilly will go to the line. Brandon Walker, 8 points on 2 of 6 shooting today. He's 4 for 4 from the free throw line. And Jaron Reilly will go to the stripe, where he is 84% this year. He's at 10 points per game, about 4.5 assists per game, which is third in the Big Sky, and he's got the best assist-to-turnover ratio in the conference. Free throw by Reilly is good.
Checking in for your Bears, number 2, Tayshaun Jackson.
Tayshaun Jackson checks in, the VMI transfer. He was a double-digit scorer last year, now in his first year here with the Bears. Next free throw is good. Reilly knocks them both down. We got a 2-point game. 19-17, Montana State leading with the ball. 6:20 to go, first half. Bobcats try to take down first place Northern Colorado. Out to Brandon Walker. He's at the elbow, works his way into the lane, kicks it out for Ogbonpolo, good patience. Out to Miller. Miller takes it to the top with a standing dribble. Still pivoting. 5 to shoot, and they throw it into the first row of seats. Bad possession by the Bobcat offense. Only the third turnover by Montana State in the game. But that one was ugly. 5:58 to go first half, 19-17. Montana State leading. Northern Colorado has a chance to either tie or take the lead for the first time tonight. Big defensive possession now for Montana State. Jackson Throws it up to the top for Reilly. Working on Walker, who tried to push off. Throws into the left corner. Denker spots up a three, and it's good. First lead of the day for Northern Colorado, and it's Quinn Denker pointed in from the left corner. 20-19, Northern Colorado leads. 5:30 to go, first half. Ogbong Polo gives it to Miller. He's open. A right corner three. Front iron, no. Now rebound for Northern Colorado. The Bobcats now one of their last 5 from the field. Out to the right wing. And a foul. Pat McMahon tagged for the foul, guarding Quinn Denker. That three by Denker and an 0 for 5 stretch from the field for UNC. Jed Miller takes a seat. Jay Mullins will take over the point guard duties with Bryce Zephyr sitting on the bench with a couple of fouls now. What a ball game for Denker on Thursday night, as he misses the free throw, and it's knocked out of bounds going to Montana State. .5:16 to go first half. Montana State down 1 with the ball. Jay Mullins takes the inbounds pass. Works his way through the backcourt across the timeline. Given to McMahon, up to the top for Ogbong Polo. Over to McMahon, works his way down to the right baseline, backing in on Denker, posting up, into the block, turns, righty shot up, rim's good. Pat McMahon opens his scoring night. His first shot successful to give the Cats a 1-point lead of 21-20, 4:50 to go first half. Chika Nduka will check back in momentarily. He has been a dynamo on the defensive side. Reilly out to the right wing, takes it down to the right block, had it knocked free by Walker, saved across the baseline by Reilly. Up the top, McCreary into the lane, cut off down to the left block, bounce pass to Reynolds, rising to the rack, missed the lefty layup. Jay Mullins had the defense, and the Bobcats clear the board. Mullins ahead of steam, into the lane, spins, goes up, left hand layup, good and one. Jay Mullins put his man into the spin cycle, and he'll go to the line with a chance of 3-point play. Well, that was a beautiful finish by Jay Mullins. That's the point guard energy the Cats were looking for at the beginning of the year from him. And the birthday boy heading to the line. So Jay Mullins celebrating his birthday today. His mother sent him a big old collection of crumble cookies today. Trying to complete the 3-point play, up and in. So Jabe Mullins able to finish that one off. First 3 points of the day for the Washington State transfer. Bobcats back up by 4, knocking down a couple of shots right after UNC took their first lead of the day. Reilly has the dribble at the top, throws into the left corner for Reynolds. Back up to Reilly, moves left to the wing, up to the top Denker, back to Reilly, tries a three. That is in and out. The Bobcats have the rebound. Northern Colorado ice cold on the offensive side to start the day, dipping under 30% from the field. Up to the top for Mullins. Gives to McMahon on the left wing. Back to Mullins top side. Cats playing catch. Now a handoff for Patterson. Back to Mullins. Over to Ogbong Polo into the right corner for McMahon. 9 to shoot. McMahon against Reynolds. Backing in, backing down to the right block. Spins. Fall away Jay up. Rimming. Good. Patrick McMahon, the fadeaway Jay. That is a sweet stroke from the Alaskan. Cats up by 6. 3:28 to go first half. Reilly has it at the top. Throws to Reynolds on the right wing. Then to Denker. Back to Reynolds. Out to the left wing. Here's McCreary on the drive. Gets into the lane. Lays it up and in. Marcel McCreary. Crafty at the rack. Spinning it with English off the window. 26-22, Montana State leading against first place UNC on the road. 3 minutes to go. We're in the first half. McMahon down to the right block. Whistle and a blocking foul. Easy call. McCreary barely even got contact. It just went straight down and trips up McMahon. Only the 5th team foul on Northern Colorado, so the Bobcats will be inbounding when we come back to the First Interstate Bank broadcast position from the Euchre seats in Greeley. 2:58 to go first half. Montana State leads at 26-22 over Northern Colorado, trying to earn one of their first marquee wins of the Big Sky season. Back after this, you're listening to Bobcat Basketball presented by Learfield.
Ambient Air Solutions wants to take a moment to show our gratitude and to say thank you. Thank you to our frontline workers. Thank you to our doctors, nurses, and EMTs. Thank you to all the volunteers. And thank you to the Gallatin County community. Ambient Air Solutions is so grateful for your support for over 12 years. We are so blessed to live in such a beautiful place. Ambient Air Solutions is here for all your heating and cooling needs. Call us at 406-577-1818 to schedule your service today. Ambient Air Solutions, simplifying heating and cooling.
The Gallatin Valley is thriving, and Bozeman is not only a destination for families to live, work, and play, it's also a destination for businesses. The Bozeman Area Chamber of Commerce is a great way to get involved in Bozeman's thriving business community. The Bozeman Chamber Economic Partnership assists existing businesses through expansion, grows new companies in our community, and attracts fresh opportunities for Gallatin County. Bozeman, our community, a jewel among the Northern Rockies. For more information, go to BozemanChamber.com.
The Bobcats are proud to present these preferred local partners as members of Bobcat Built, Bryant Heating and Cooling Systems, Bryant, whatever it takes, Carrier Heating and Air Conditioning, Carrier, turn to the experts, Ace Roofing, building Montana strong, one roof at a time, Rivers Landscaping, crafting superior outdoor spaces, and NW Construction, proud to call Bozeman home. Montana State Athletics encourages our fans to choose these local businesses. They are proud local sponsors and demonstrate what it means to be a Bobcat. We are Bobcat Built.
At First Interstate Bank, it's about supporting our communities and cheering on our teams. Thank you for letting us be your trusted community bank for more than 50 years. First Interstate Bank, built for you, member FDIC. Bobcat defense got off to a great start in this ball game. They did not allow a field goal from UNC until the 15-minute mark in that first half. So it was 5 straight minutes without allowing a bucket. Bobcats have the basketball, leading 26-22, 2:54 to go in the first half. Down to Chikanaduka on the right baseline. Out to Mullins. He's in the right corner. Now spots up for 3. That's no good. And the rebound grab by UNC. Well, it's a big 2.5-minute stretch to end the first half. The Cats up 4. Who can grab some momentum heading into the locker room? Reilly into the lane. Bounce past the left corner. Denker gets a 3 off, and he gets it in. Quinn Denker knocking down his second 3 of the first half, coming off his season-high 21 points on Thursday. 2 minutes, 15 seconds to go first half. Bobcats leading by 1. Mullins into the lane, back it in on Wisney. Turns around with a little lefty hook, and he left it short. Boy, it looked like he got to his spot against the bigger Wisney and just didn't have enough on that floater. And a big-time block and a foul. Pat McMahon got up and pinned that ball up against the backboard. Oh, and they're calling him for the foul. Had to be contact underneath, I guess. It was obviously all ball up top. Oh, brutal call. Brutal call. Just saw the replay. McMahon went straight up. McCreary jumped into him. It was nothing but ball up top. That is not a foul on Patrick McMahon. That's a tough break for Patty Mack. So McMahon picks up his second foul. First free throw for McCreary is good. It was all ball. McMahon went straight up. That's what you can do. You can jump up and draw contact. You can't jump into somebody. And the replay we just saw had him going straight up, so it shouldn't have been body contact, and it was clear as day. It was all ball up top. He pinned the ball against the backboard. Free throw is good. So gift-wrapped couple of points for McCreary, and UNC finds themselves back up by 1, 27-26. 1:55 left, first half. Cats in a little bit of foul trouble. Walker on Reilly, throws to Mullins, gives to Ogbong Polo in the lane, turns, righty hook shot, no good off the back iron. And UNC has the rebound. They're pushing. Here's Reynolds, throws to Reilly, works his way into the lane, handoff underneath, and Reynolds lays it in. 3-point lead for UNC, their largest of the day. Timeout Montana State. Good timeout there as UNC grabs some of their first momentum of the day. Not only is dairy delicious, but it also promotes health as well. Just 3 servings of dairy a day improves overall wellness and may reduce the risk of developing some chronic diseases. It's a quick, convenient, and economic way to make sure you are staying strong and healthy on and off the field. All right, Coach Logie drawing something up here for the final 91 seconds of the first half. Hello to Andre Davis, tuned in on the Behind the Mic, presented by Simpkins Holland. Hello, Montana Farm Boy 24, Drek 900, and our boy Daniel Sally. And we'll be joined again by Daniel Sally for the Bobcat Insider podcast this week, which will be out Tuesday mornings. No Bobcat Insider television show this week, but we will be back the following week. All right, Montana State trying to do something here at the end of the first half. Bobcats will go the length of the floor. Sam Lekelot is into the game. He'll inbound. Gets it into Jay Mullins. A little pressure in the backcourt. And Mullins able to dribble through it. 29-26, Northern Colorado in front. Here's Mullins. Hands off for Tyler Patterson. Bounce pass to Brandon Walker. He holds at the top. Gives to Patterson. Comes off a screen. Triggers a three. In and out. Rebound, Northern Colorado. Tyler Patterson had a really hot hand on Thursday in the 5-point loss against Northern Arizona. And now a steal. Sam Lekelot inside takes it away. He leads the break ahead, and it gets tipped out of bounds and saved off of Lekelot. Cats turn it over. That's another bad turnover. Lekelot was leading the break down the left sideline. It got poked away from behind by Reilly. And then Denker saved it across the baseline off of Lekelot. And the Bobcats give up the possession. So now UNC has a chance for their first two-possession lead of the ballgame. Reilly, handoff for Wisney. Back to Reilly on the right wing. Under a minute to play first half. Reilly has the dribble. Steps to the free throw line, puts up a jumper. That's no good. Wisney the putback, no. Rebound tipped out and won by UNC. Wisney down to the left baseline. Knocked free, recovered. Bounce pass out to the left wing. Reilly. And we got a foul. Sam Lekelot reached in too aggressively. So Lekelot will pick up the foul. That's his first. Zephyr, Ogbonkpolo, and McMahon each have two personal fouls in this first half. It's the Zephyr situation that's really the most painful here. Zephyr had 9 points in 9 minutes on 4 of 4 shooting to open up the night. He was playing some of his best basketball as a Bobcat in those first 9 minutes before the foul trouble. Reilly's free throw is good. This game is brought to you by Montana State Fund, covering Montana's workers with workers' comp and safety know-how. Workplace safety, you're naked without it. More at safemt.com. Denker's free throw, his second one, no good. He splits the pair, and the Bobcats have the ball down by 4. First double-digit deficit of the day for Montana State. Jay Mullins running the point for Montana State. Holding up at the top with about a 2-second differential between the shot and game clocks. Clock winding down, now 10 seconds to shoot. Mullins spins into the lane, stops, floats, up, rimming, good. Jay Mullins gets it to go. 2-point game, 7 seconds left, first half. UNC with the ball in the lead, Reynolds into the lane. Lost it, Garacki picks it up, heaves it from three-quarter court, and it is short. And that's the end of the first half. All in all, an excellent defensive first half by Montana State. Northern Colorado this year is shooting 51% from the field. They shot just 33% from the field in the first half. But it's the Bears with a 2-point lead. We'll take a break at halftime. Northern Colorado 30, Montana State 28. Back after this, you're listening to Bobcat Basketball, presented by Learfield.
The Northern Pulse Growers Association encourages industry professionals and growers of dry peas, chickpeas, lentils, and fava beans to become members in 2024. Members gain access to cutting-edge research, expert training, market insights, and connect with a Pulse-passionate community. Visit northernpulse.com to join the Northern Pulse Growers Association. Together, we're sowing the seeds of success.
No matter how far you may go, there's always one just down the road. Town Pump, who pump it up,
Town of Pump is excited to once again sponsor the Brawl of the Wild Rivalry Series between Montana State and the University of Montana. Look for special Brawl of the Wild promotions throughout the year at your local Town Pump.
right down the road. Pump it up, oh yeah.
Here's to home. Here's to Northwest Crossing, where kids can be kids.
And adults can also be kids. And new neighbors feel like old friends. Welcome to Bozeman, Montana's newest master planned community. Life here comes with nearby top-rated Bozeman schools, on-site eateries and retail, office space, parks, trails, and so much more, including new homes from the 500s to 800s, exclusively built by Williams Homes. Learn more at nwxbzn.com. nwxbzn.com.
Hitting the road? When you download the Fuel Forward app, you save up to 20 cents per gallon on your first fill-up at Conoco stations. Because that's what the app does. A simple, straightforward way to keep you moving forward. Fuel Forward. 20 cents is a combined savings of 5 cents every day off per gallon plus an extra 15 cents off per gallon for first-time users up to 30 gallons. Offer valid once for a new Fuel Forward app user through 6/30/2025. Participating locations only.
It's halftime. Montana State is trailing 30-28 against Northern Colorado. Is someone you know taking dangerous shots? Opioid addiction can start quietly and take over fast. Know the signs so you can protect your friends and family and connect them to help. Find out how at helpsavelivesmt.org. All right, Montana State's defense got up on the right foot today after they really struggled defensively in the opening minutes at Northern Arizona on Thursday. They held the league's best offense without a field goal make for the first 5 minutes of this one. Montana State, though, struggling offensively after Bryce Zephyr picked up his second foul early on and just didn't really have a totally great amount of rhythm on that side of the ball as the second half continued. But all in all, Cats are right in it, as they have been all year. Their largest loss in conference play is just a 7-point defeat. Like, it's for a team that's a game under 500 in Big Sky play. That's a pretty impressive number. So for Montana State, they've been right there. And at any moment, this thing could be turning around. And in some ways, it has since that 0-3 start to open up the conference season. If you're a parent, listen up. A shocking number of Montana teens and preteens vape regularly. So please, talk to your kids about vaping. It matters. Get everything you need for a great convo at knowthefactsmt.com. Also, we remind you that your support through the Bobcat Collective powers NIL opportunities for our Bobcat student athletes, helping them thrive on and off the field. Join today and make a real impact. All right, we'll take a break, get you a full rundown of the scoring after the first half. Montana State trailing Northern Colorado 30-28. You're listening to Bobcat Basketball, presented by Learfield.
The Gallatin Valley is thriving, and Bozeman is not only a destination for families to live, work, and play, it's also a destination for businesses. The Bozeman Area Chamber of Commerce is a great way to get involved in Bozeman's thriving business community. The Bozeman Chamber Economic Partnership assists existing businesses through expansion, grows new companies in our community, and attracts fresh opportunities for Gallatin County. Bozeman, our community, a jewel among the Northern Rockies. For more information, go to bozemanchamber.com.
At Montana State University, students shape signature experiences that take them across the state and into local communities. MSU is dedicated to its land-grant mission, integrating transformational learning, discovery, and service that improves lives. You'll find our students teaching across Montana, conducting research in the heart of Yellowstone National Park, or even creating small shelter prototypes to address homelessness. Montana State University. Think outside.
When a power line has fallen down, it can be downright dangerous and even deadly. That's because downed lines can still energize the ground and objects around them. To help keep you and others safe, Northwestern Energy says stay at least 35 feet or the length of a semi-truck away from a downed power line and anything the line is touching. You should always assume the line is live, and if you see a downed line, immediately call 911 and warn others. Northwestern Energy, delivering a bright future.
Loaded Tortilla Soup is back at Qdoba. Savory veggie broth packed with flavor from tomatoes, peppers, onions, and spices. Enjoy loaded tortilla soup in a bowl or crunchy tortilla shell with your favorite protein and craveable toppings. That's right, the soup sensations fans have been raving about has returned. But not for long, so get it while it's hot. Loaded Tortilla Soup is back at Qdoba. Order today at Qdoba.com or in the app.
This copyrighted broadcast is an exclusive presentation of Learfield under the broadcasting rights granted by Montana State University. Reuse of this presentation is prohibited without the expressed written consent of the university and Learfield. Announcers are provided by Learfield and approved by the university.
Back to the First Interstate Bank broadcast position. Montana State is trailing 30-28 at the half against 9-2 Northern Colorado. Bobcats are 5-6, trying to get back to 500, heading home against Weber and Idaho State next week. Montana State in the first half shot 38% from the field. They went 1 of 8 from the three-point line. That's one Wendy's three-pointer, and 5 of 5 from the free throw line. For UNC, a team that shoots over 50% from the field on the year. They shoot 33% in the first half, and they were 0 of 9 from the field at the first media timeouts. The Bobcat defense started strong. Chika Nduka was a big part of that for the Cats. Northern Colorado 3 of 7 from 3 and 9 of 13 from the free throw line. Montana State on the glass, they were -2. They gave up 5 offensive rebounds. They had 2 offensive rebounds of their own. Cats had 2 assists on 11 field goal makes. All assists sponsored by Aware Mental Health Services. Northern Colorado, 5 assists, 4 turnovers, and 9 made field goals. Individually, the Bobcats were led by Bryce Zephyr, who only played 9 minutes because of foul trouble. He had 9 points on 4 of 4 shooting with 3 rebounds and an assist. So after sitting for a long time in that first half, let's see if Bryce Zephyr can get back into the flow that he had early on. Brandon Walker, 8 points on 2 of 7 shooting with 5 rebounds. He's also 4 for 4 from the free throw line. Jade Mullins, 5 points today after he had the big game against NAU on Thursday. 4 points from Patrick McMahon on 2 of 2 shooting in the first half. And Chika Nduka, 2 points, 2 rebounds, and a steal. So that's it. Those are the only scores for Montana State. And again, 1 for 8 from the three-point line. So you're hoping that rises again in the second half, which would certainly be a big boon with the Cats only trailing by 2. On the other side, Marcel McCreary having another big day against Montana State. 10 points, 3 rebounds. Quinn Denker, 10 points on 4 of 4 shooting. Jaron Reilly, 5 points, 3 assists, no rebounds. And then the 2 leading scorers who each average over 17 points per game. It's Isaiah Hawthorne and Langston Reynolds. Hawthorne and Reynolds have combined to go 1 of 10 from the field for just 2 points with 2 turnovers in that first half. So Montana State did a great job taking away the leading scores, and then it's Denker and McCreary, 2 guys off the bench who have been very good. As a result, UNC outscoring Montana State 20-11 in bench points. All right, let's take a break. When we come back, we'll get you caught up on the First Interstate Bank out-of-town scoreboard. At halftime, Northern Colorado leading at Montana State 30-28. You're listening to Bobcat Basketball, presented by Learfield.
At Montana State University, students shape signature experiences that take them across the state and into local communities. MSU is dedicated to its land-grant mission, integrating transformational learning, discovery, and service that improves lives. You'll find our students teaching across Montana, conducting research in the heart of Yellowstone National Park, or even creating small shelter prototypes to address homelessness. Montana State University. Think outside.
Northern States Fishing Tools, a proud sponsor of the Montana State Bobcats, has been serving the eastern Montana and western North Dakota oil fields since 1978. We are here to provide you with the best tools and services, all at competitive prices. Northern States Fishing Tools services the Williston Basin with fishing and rental tools, along with downhole tools that include packers, plugs, and through tubing equipment. We have the expert knowledge to give you satisfying results based on your specific needs. Go Bobcats!
Rocky Mountain Credit Union has supported Montana State athletics for over 40 years and provides a local credit union for past, present, and future Bobcats. You can have it all with RMCU. Low rates, mobile banking, a place to start saving, or work on building your credit. Visit your local branch or online at rmcu.net to become a member today. That's rmcu.net. Go Bobcats!
No matter how far you may go, there's always one just down the road. Down come who? Pump it up! Pump it up!
Town of Pump is excited to once again sponsor the Brawl of the Wild Rivalry Series between Montana State and the University of Montana. Look for special Brawl of the Wild promotions throughout the year at your local Town Pump.
Montana State trailing 30-28 against Northern Colorado at the half. A great opportunity to spring a win against a team above them in the standings. They have just one win against a team higher than them in the Big Sky standings, and that was a win against Portland State back at the Brick. All right, let's take a look at the First Interstate Bank out-of-town scoreboard. We start primarily with the women. They win again. They beat Northern Colorado 65-44. They are 12-0 in Big Sky play. Andrew Houghton from Skyline Sports made a great point about what they're doing right now. One of the things he says is to watch for the MSU women. If they keep winning, if they can get to a 12 seed, because if you're a 12 seed or better, you don't have to play someone on their home court in the first round. Remember, in in the women's NCAA tournament, they still have the top four seedings in each region hosting that first round. So right now, most bracketologies have them at 13. So if they can get to that 12 seed, now we're talking about potentially getting an NCAA tournament win for that team. Of course, they have to get through the Big Sky tournament, and there's a lot of basketball left to be played, but something to think of for sure. On the men's side today, Montana leading Northern Arizona 46-40. Idaho beats Sac State 78-76, and Portland State falls to 6-5 with a 72-67 loss against Eastern Washington. All right, let's pause 10 seconds for our network station identification. This is Montana State basketball.
AM 1450, KMMS, and K236CY Bozeman, 1340 KPRK Livingston, where Montana talks.
My name is Keaton Gillogly. Happy to be with you. Jesse Ropolato is back in the studios, and we're at halftime taking our final break before the start of the second half. Montana State trailing 30-28 against Northern Colorado. Back to the First Interstate Bank broadcast position after this. You're listening to Bobcat Basketball, presented by Learfield.
There is a local ranch just outside of Boise, Idaho, that has masterfully bred Japanese Wagyu cattle with American Angus cattle. Now this American-style Wagyu beef is available to you and your family. Rosars presents Snake River American-style Wagyu beef. Snake River Farms beef is famously found in many exclusive five-star steak restaurants. Snake River Farms, available at your local neighborhood Rosars.
From our 1946 roots providing lumber for Yellowstone National Park to our current headquarters in Bozeman, we at Simpkins Hallen believe in building the Gallatin Valley's future while continuing to honor its past. Contractors large and small benefit from our decades of experience and our extensive network of suppliers. We can source the materials you need, no matter the project. For all your building needs, go to where long-standing traditions have met with quality building products for over 75 years. Simpkins Hallen, a Montana tradition among builders since 1946.
It's the season of home improvement, and Williams Plumbing will help you tackle the big stuff. Are old roots clogging your sewer line? Williams has the tools to fix it. Have you checked your septic system lately? We have the knowledge and experience to maintain or repair it. Looking to install a yard hydrant? We'll do it promptly and professionally. Don't sweat the big stuff. Call Williams Plumbing today.
At Jersey Mike's, watching them freshly slice the meat and cheese for my sub is a sight to behold. The layers of ham, salami, and pepperoni are even more glorious than the pink and orange layers of a sunrise. Yeah, the sun's pretty and all that, but in about 7 billion years it's going to explode, obliterating the earth and every living thing on it. And if there's no sun, there's no subs. Meanwhile, the only thing a sub ever obliterated was my hunger. Freshly sliced right in front of you. It's a Jersey Mike's thing. A sub above.
All right, here we go. On to the second half. Montana State trying to avenge that 1-point loss against the first-place Northern Colorado Bears, and they're in a good position to do it, trailing 30-28 as we start the second half. See every pulse-pounding, buzzer-beating play in astounding detail with a patient experience that's second to none. Experienced doctors and advanced technology. Vance Thompson Vision, the official LASIK and cataract surgeon of the Bobcats, is your home for laser vision correction. Learn more at VanceThompsonVision.com. All right, Montana State inbounds the basketball, and the Bobcats move from left to right to open up the second half. Tyler Patterson gives it off to Brandon Walker at the top. Handoff for Patterson. Back to Walker. He works his way down to the right block. Back it in, working on Wisney. Spins left shoulder, goes through contact, lays it in. Man, he is drawing a ton of bumps underneath. And Brandon Walker able to finish. We got a tie game. Catch strike first in the second half, 30 points apiece. UNC with the ball to our left. Really takes it to the left wing. Throws over to Langston Reynolds. Then out to the top. Wisney working left, down to the block on Walker. Steps through, floats up, missed it. Patterson will get credit for a block. And the Bobcats have the rebound with Sam Leckelot picking it up. Leckelot throws ahead to Bryce Zephyr. Zephyr with the 2 fouls, had a bunch in that first half, but he was hot to start. Zephyr into the lane, puts it up, bricked it, missed it right, and the rebound grabbed by UNC. They're running. Really into the lane, 2-on-1, lays it up, got blocked. Tyler Patterson, the deny in the front court, and the Bobcats have the loose ball. Zephyr out to the elbow. Throws up to Walker. He spots up for 3, drills it. Brandon Walker showing off everything now. He's got the first 5 points of the second half. Montana State leads 33-30. 18:30 to go, second half. Really lost it momentarily. Picks it back up, and a foul. Where are we going? I think it's Walker for undercutting Reilly, and it is. So Brandon Walker picks up the foul. That'll be his second. Walker now, though, with 13 points on 4 of 9 shooting. Knocking down a Wendy's three-pointer. Montana State was just 1 of 8 from 3 in the first half. Reilly to inbound to the baseline. Lobs it out to Wisney. Given around to the left wing for Reynolds. And his pass knocked free and out of bounds by Max Ogbong-Polo. Almost just straight up intercepted it, but kind of batted it out of bounds. Ogbong-Polo's starting to do that a little bit. If he can get some consistency on that defensive side, turn that into offense, that would be a big-time weapon for this Montana State team. 33-30, Montana State leads it on the road. Down with 8 to shoot. Really lost it out of bounds. Staying here with UNC and 7 to shoot. Bobcats have struggled so much on the road this year. They are 2-12 away from the brick, and they are 1-5 in conference action. So looking for just their second road win of the year in Big Sky play. Into Wisney, spins, hooks, got it. Easy little baby hook for Brock Wisney. Cats lead at 1, 33-32. Zephyr at the top. Crosses to the elbow, stops, pops, jumper, rims, no. And Zephyr, without the touch he had in those first 9 minutes before the foul trouble, he's missed his first 2 shots since halftime. Hawthorne, who's scoreless right now, gives it to Reilly, then to Reynolds. He gets himself into the lane, scoops it up and in with a little finger roll. Reynolds with just his second field goal of the day. He's 2 for 10. That's one of their leading scorers, both him and Hawthorne, just over 17 points per game. Ogbong-Polo turns, pulls up, long 2, it's good. Back to Ogbong-Polo with a sweet stroke at the top. His first field goal make of the day after starting 0 for 4. 35-34, Montana State in front. Just over 17 minutes to go in the ballgame. Wisney on the right wing. Down low to Reilly, kick out, Reynolds, left corner 3, no good. Rebound, Wisney, down to the block, up with a hook, no, put back, no, foul. 2 shots coming for UNC. Montana State failing to clean the glass. Tyler Patterson picks up the foul. It's his second. 17:03 to go. We're in the ball in the second half. And Isaiah Hawthorne going to the line looking for his first points of the day. He's only taken even just 1 shot. He's got 1 rebound, and he knocks down that first free throw. This is a guy who's averaging 17.6 points per game and shooting 49% from the field. It's Hawthorne and Reynolds who have both taken over 250 field goal attempts this year. Nobody else at 200 yet on this team for UNC, which has a ton of balance on the offensive side. They have 4 players averaging double figures. Hawthorne's free throw. In and out. And the rebound collected by Jabe Mullins. Montana State with the ball going from left to right. Zephyr has it up at the top. To the wing. Goes back up to the top. Around to Mullins. Gives it to Naduka. Handoff for Ogbonkpolo, right wing. Turns into a double team. Kick out Zephyr. Out to Mullins at the top. 6 to shoot. Then to Ogbonkpolo. Rises. Fires. Connects. Max Ogbonkpolo, a right corner 3. The Bobcats starting to find that long-range stroke. It's their second Wendy's three-pointer of the second half. Reilly slices into the lane. Gives to Reynolds, who curls to the top of the restricted area. Floats it up and in. That's his hot spot, just getting in around that little semicircle underneath the basket. 1 point lead for Montana State, both teams trading blows since the break. Just over 16 minutes to go in the game. Zephyr, the lefty, to the free throw line. Between the leg dribble, picks it up. Skip pass to the left corner. Lekolot fires. In and out. Missed the left corner 3 from Lekolot, and UNC has the rebound. Out to the right wing. Hawthorne steps to his left. Got deterred from 3. Gives to Reilly. His 3 is no good. And the ball saved across the baseline. Back to Reilly. Tries again. This one's good. So he saved it across the baseline. Jaron Reilly with the topside 3. UNC back in front by 2 in a seesaw affair. Zephyr into the lane. Throws out to Lekolot. Shuffles left around the perimeter. Gives it to Naduka, right elbow. Now to Mullins. He's on the right side beyond the arc. Into the post, Naduka against the point guard, Reilly. Rips the baseline, pump fake, up, lays it. No! Mullins got the rebound. Dribbles out of traffic, Cats with a fresh 20. Lekolot. Bounce pass underneath. Naduka doubled, lays it up, and draws the foul. Hawthorne and Wisney were there to put him down on his chest. See where the foul is going. And it's Isaiah Hawthorne who picks up the foul. Chika Naduka putting up some good minutes tonight. We'll take a break for the First Interstate Bank broadcast position. 15 minutes, 11 seconds to go in the game. Northern Colorado leading Montana State 40-38. You're listening to Bobcat Basketball presented by Learfield.
I wanted to put up a fence to protect my tomato plants. So I grabbed this, and then I did this. But instead of yielding a big crop, I hit a utility line and had to pay $1,200 in repairs. I didn't just lose my pride and joy, I could no longer afford the new stovetop I'd been saving up for. Next time, I'm going to make my free call to 811 before I dig.
Learn from Curry and hundreds of others. Call 811 before you dig.
Brought to you by Montana811.org.
If you're in need of structural engineering for your residential, commercial, or wireless telecommunications project, Ascent Engineering provides comprehensive solutions for your project's success. Ascent Engineering is now serving the Big Sky Country in southwestern Montana. Whether it's a new residential home, new commercial building, long-awaited remodel, covered outdoor living space, retaining wall, or telecommunications tower, Ascent Engineering is your expert at providing forensics, assessments, or designs. Ascent Engineering is a proud supporter of your Montana State Bobcats.
There is a local ranch just outside of Boise, Idaho, that has masterfully bred Japanese Wagyu cattle with American Angus cattle. Now this American-style Wagyu beef is available to you and your family. Rosars presents Snake River American-style Wagyu beef. Snake River Farms beef is famously found in many exclusive five-star steak restaurants. Snake River Farms, available at your local neighborhood Rosars.
Just over 15 minutes to go in the ballgame. 15 minutes, 11 seconds left. Northern Colorado leading Montana State 40-38. The Cats have free throws coming. We're at the First Interstate Bank broadcast position. They went back and double-checked who that foul was on. It was originally given to Isaiah Hawthorne, who just picked up his third. Could not tell if they changed it or not. Join Champs New Kids Club, presented by Billings Clinic Bozeman. Your $40 membership fee gets you game tickets, Bobcat gear, and more. Sign up today at msubobcats.com/Champs Kids Club. Free throw is good. Yeah, it looks like they kept it on Isaiah Hawthorne. So, again, he's got 3. Chika Naduka at the line. Fun to see him getting going. Boy, he has really been a blue-collar, lunch pail carrying type guy in the front court the last couple of nights. Second free throw is good. Doing the little things as well. Knocking down a pair of free throws to knot this game up once again at 40 points apiece. It's our 4th tie, which goes with our 7 lead changes this evening. UNC with the ball. We hit the 15-minute mark of the second half. Reilly fires into the post, and there's a foul called. Reynolds and McMahon were banging bodies, and Pat McMahon gets tagged for a quick 3rd foul. Picked up 2 in that first half. Bobcats running into some foul trouble now. Brian Garanke will come in. UNC will inbound the basketball. So Patterson, Walker, Zephyr, Ogbong, Polo, all with 2 fouls, and McMahon has 3. Inbounds pass. Bounce down to McCreary. Wide open, then got blocked. Loose, and then picked it up and finishes it off. Ogbong Polo got up there, got a piece of it, but that was a mistake by the Cats. That was an easy path, and Ogbong Polo was able to recover for at least the first block, but could not deter the second shot. 42-40, UNC in front, 14:40 to go in the game. Ogbong Polo to the free throw line. His jumper is up. That's no good, and a foul. Naduka goes down hard going after the board, and that foul is charged on UNC. Jaron Reilly picks it up. There we go. That's Chika Naduka again doing some of the dirty work and heavy lifting in the front court right now. Yeah, he's been a spark. Pesky. Zephyr to inbound for the Cats. Gets it to Mullins. Right baseline jumper. Up good. Jay Mullins, pure stroke on the right baseline for 2. He's got 7 points, and he's tied it 42 all. 14:25 to go in the ball game. Bounce pass up to the top. Reynolds holds it above his head, gives it over to Hawthorne, who's had a quiet game in the left corner. Works on Naduka into the lane, stops, pivots, fall away, jumper up, rimming, no! And Ogbong Polo wins a physical rebound. Out to the left sideline, here's Jay Mullins. Up to Ogbong Polo, out to Zephyr, giving the Naduka with a bounce pass, right elbow. Back to Zephyr, dribbles left, picked up by Reynolds. Bounce into the post, Naduka against Denker. Backing in, throw out, Zephyr, topside 3. No, bricked it, missed it right. And after that hot start and then the foul trouble, Zephyr has not found the touch on the shot again in the second half yet. Denker, out to McCreary. Bounce pass down to the left baseline. Facing up, Hawthorne gets inside, lays it up, no. And a foul on the rebound. Oh, now a little chatting Hawthorne getting after Naduka, and a technical on Hawthorne, and a tip of the cap for Naduka. He got inside his head, did not respond when Hawthorne came at him, and he made sure it was the single technical on Hawthorne, who just picked up his 4th foul. Chika Naduka doing his best Dennis Rodman impression today. Now, Naduka did initiate. He grabbed the arm of Hawthorne after the whistle had blown. Now, you could have added something there if you wanted to. And that got Hawthorne to come right back at Naduka, barking in his ear. Naduka just kept looking out over the stands like he had the most beautiful view in the world. And then that's when Hawthorne got banged with the tee. That's some good, gritty work by Chika Naduka. And a strong mental man to be able to let a guy bark at your ear like that and just let him bark and take the technical. Now, they're going to go back and take a look at this on the mound. Naduka did grab Hawthorne's arm after the whistle, and that probably should have been you could have maybe added something there. So let's see what they do at the monitor here. It wasn't really that aggressive, and it didn't put Hawthorne in any way to be injured or anything. So it wasn't really dirty. It's just kind of reaching out for the ball, grabbed his arm and pulled it down. Now the officials are taking a look at it, but it was after the whistle, and that is what initiated the frustration by Hawthorne, which led him to go bark into Naduka's ear, which led to the technical, and that's where we're currently sitting. The technical on Hawthorne is definitely going to stand, so that should be his 4th foul. And now let's see if they want to add anything here on Naduka. At Montana's Ribbon Chop House, our staff is dedicated to creating extraordinary experiences that raise the bar in each of our communities. Enjoy premium steaks, fresh seafood, and award-winning baby back ribs. We look forward to sharing a little Rocky Mountain hospitality with you, and a great time to share some Rocky Mountain hospitality would be on Tuesday night, 6:30 p.m. for another edition of Cat Chat. All right, the officials are done looking at the monitor. 3-man confab at the half-court line. They're all talking about it right now. As of right now, it's a technical foul charge against Isaiah Hawthorne, as Chika Naduka has rented out a nice penthouse suite in his head right now. And let's see if they're going to add anything here, because Naduka did not respond. He did have the initial contact that sparked it, but did not respond when Hawthorne came after him. So let's see what they're going to do here. Chica's feeling himself down. I mean, look, he did not play much in January during Big Sky play. And he has stayed ready and has made a big impact on this game. 4 points, 4 rebounds, a steal. He's done all that in 11 minutes and now has just drawn that technical foul on Isaiah Hawthorne. So waiting on what's going on here with the officials. They're hovering around at the top of the big navy blue Bearhead at center court. And no indication of what they're going to do here, though. This is a lengthy conversation. I mean, if it's just a common foul that maybe should have been called on Chica, you can't go back and add that. They might also be talking about some of the possession as well. Okay. So the officials are going to the scores table. We'll try to listen to the PA announcement. Trying to read some body language here as well. They're explaining something to Coach Logie. I think they are going to add something potentially to Chica. Just again, reading body language here. All right. What do we got? Listening for the PA. Okay. And that's it. Okay, that's it. Nicely done. Chica Duduka, nothing added. Isaiah Hawthorne with the technical foul. Max Ogbonkpolo at the line, and he hits the first free throw. Okay, nicely done. So Chica Duduka drawing the technical from Isaiah Hawthorne. One free throw is in. Another free throw attempted here by Ogbonkpolo. No good. So he splits the pair. 1 point lead for Montana State. Boy, exciting if you can have a spark plug like Chica like that as we dig deeper. And how about the energy he's bringing on a long road trip, tough loss on Thursday? That's the juice this Bobcat team needs. Denker to inbound, 13:32 to go in the game. Montana State leads by 1. Northern Colorado with the ball. Out in the right wing. Wisney picks up the dribble, gives it over to Block. Around to Denker, into the right corner for Reynolds. 7 to shoot. Reynolds into the lane. Swatted away by Ogbonkpolo. He just got up and knocked that thing back to half court. Bobcats with the basketball now. Zephyr has a standing dribble on the left wing. Still with it. Gives it to Walker at the top. Pumps the 3. Has the dribble. Gets ahead of steam. Now gives to Mullins off a screen. Triggers a right wing 3. Drills it. Jay Mullins pours in the right wing 3. Points back to the Bobcat bench. 4-point lead for Montana State. Jay Mullins turned to the page in February, stringing together now 4 straight great games. Denker out in the right corner. Bounce pass up to the top. Into the left corner, knocked out of bounds by Jay Mullins with the active hands. 46-42, Montana State leading, 12:35 to go in the game. You want to talk about parity in the Big Sky. Northern Colorado came into this weekend at 9-1 in sole possession at first place. They're going to have to battle back a bit here to avoid a sweep at home. Denker out to the left wing. Handoff for Reynolds. 7 to shoot. Reynolds against Zephyr. Works his way into the paint. Goes up with the right hand. Missed it. Rebound tipped out and won by Jay Mullins. Great defense by Bryce Zephyr. Garacki a little slow getting up. Hobbled coming back the other way. And a foul called on Northern Colorado. Marcel McCreary picking up his second. Garacki stays on there. Limping a little bit. He's been banged up, knocked around, bruised up the last couple of games. Missed 2 games with an ankle injury. And Garacki inbounds to Zephyr. 12 minutes, 15 seconds to go in the game. Montana State trying to earn one of their first signature wins of Big Sky play. Mullins off a screen, spins into a double team, and he traveled. Okay, not much of an argument. UNC will inbound the basketball. So the Bobcats turn it over. Just their 5th turnover of the day. UNC only has 5. So been a clean game, been a good game. The Bobcats knocking down some shots today. But not a ton. I mean, they're not shooting otherworldly right now. Foul. Wisney and Ogbonkpolo tied up. Ogbonkpolo tagged for the foul. His 3rd. Let's step aside. We got a good one. The Bobcat defense traveling today. Holding the best offense in the league to just 33% from the field. Is it enough down the stretch? We'll find out. Back to the First Interstate Bank broadcast position after this. 11:56 to go in the game. Montana State 46, Northern Colorado 42. You're listening to Bobcat Basketball, presented by Learfield.
The roar of the crowd, the thunder of thousands of fans stomping their feet as the Bobcats take the field. For Mary, her chronic hip pain kept her from the thrill of her favorite pastime. Thanks to the revolutionary orthopedic care from Bozeman's local orthopedic groups and the Bozeman Health Spine and Joint Institute, Mary was back on her feet and back in the game. If chronic spine and joint pain is keeping you from the activities you love, start your journey by visiting bozemanhealth.org/SJI.
Great houses start with a sound foundation. That foundation starts with a mortgage with Sarah Kelzer and team at Rate. She is Bozeman's trusted mortgage specialist with 20 years experience that knows the neighborhood. We have great rates and personalized home lending solutions, and our decisions are made quickly so you can move into your dream home sooner. Rate, the foundation of great homes throughout Montana. Call Sarah at 406-580-6604 or apply online. Equal housing lender subject to credit approval. NMLS number 400361.
Feeling the pressure to find Valentine's Day gifts they'll love? Then you gotta go to Kohl's. They have something for every Valentine. Go fun and unexpected with a Lego set. Go luxe with a Sephora fragrance. Go classic with a diamond necklace and more. Then get 15% off some of your gifts, or you can save with a Kohl's card. However you plan to celebrate, Kohl's has you covered with lots to love. Select styles. Coupons do not apply to Lego. Coupons and Kohl's Cash do not apply to Sephora. Offers end February 17th. Some exclusions apply. See store or Kohl's.com for details.
Bobcat Basketball presented in part by your locally owned and operated McDonald's restaurants. Download the app and earn free food. Order from anywhere and even skip the line with convenient curbside pickup. 11:56 to go in the ball game. Montana State leads 46-42. UNC will inbound underneath their own basket. Jaron Reilly looking to get it in. Long lob hauled in like a wide receiver. Quinn Denker. Denker takes it to the left wing. Bounce pass down to Wisney. Skip pass out to Reilly, around a block, back to Reilly. He's on the right wing with 8 to shoot. Reilly, nearly shoved off, gets it back out to block for a deep three. That's no good. Long rebound, and Brandon Walker wins it in the corner. And then we've got a foul or a whistle. What do we got? Montana State ball, and are they just blowing it dead because Wisney and Garacki got tied up? They're going to review it. Okay, they're going to the monitor. Wisney and Garacki both ended up on the floor together. They blew a whistle. They didn't call anything initially, and now they are going to the monitor. So I assume they're looking at those two guys coming together. And let's see what they assess. So the officials at the monitor. Meanwhile, we remind you to know what's below. Tap, click, or call 811 before you dig. Brought to you by Montana, 811.org. 11:38 to go in the game. Montana State on top, 46-42. They have led for a majority of this ball game, trying to earn what would be a really impressive road win for a team that has struggled on the road to this point, and they're not adding anything on that last play after Garacki and Wisney got tied up. Okay. As the EDM concert breaks out, borderline brawl starting to brew between the Bobcats and the Bears. It's getting spicy. 11:38 to go in the game. Montana State with the ball and a 4-point lead. Full court press just on the inbounds. They call off the Bears, and Jay Mullins takes it across the timeline. All right, we're having fun. It's mid-February. Tempers are hot in the Big Sky. Brandon Walker splits a double team and draws a foul on Wisney. Says a little something to the stands. Wag of the finger. Almost like he was scolding them. So Brandon Walker going to the line. He's got a game-high 13 points as he heads to the stripe. 4 of 9 from the field. He's knocked down a Wendy's three-pointer and 6 rebounds. And really the story of this game right now is the Bobcat defense. First free throw's no good for Brandon Walker. First miss of the day. He's 4 for 5 now. This is a Northern Colorado team that is shooting 20% below their per-game average. No good on the second free throw. 4 of 6 now on the night for Brandon Walker. Unable to extend what is a 4-point lead for Montana State, 46-42. 11 and a quarter to go in the game. Block hands off to Denker at the top. Works around the screen. Gets down to the elbow. Kick out for Block. Thrown up to Reilly. Around to Denker. He works his way into the lane. Lays it up. No good, but a foul is called. Went right into the chest of Ryan Garacki, who will be tagged for the foul. First foul on Garacki. Quinn Denker going to the line. Interwest Moving and Storage is the official moving company of the MSU Bobcats. Denker exhales, looks up, puts it in. Denker, an excellent shooter. Spent last year at Idaho. The year before, played D2 ball. The year before that, he was playing JUCO. So fourth-year player, his fourth different school. Out of San Jose, California. He'd be a guy eligible to get a year back, at least a year, after playing his freshman year at JUCO. Free throw is good. Denker hits them both. 2-point advantage for Montana State, 46-44. 11 minutes to go in the game. Montana State lost last year here in another tight game. Defense chance starts up. Out to Garacki. Works his way down to the block. To the rack. Missed the dunk. Came up just short. Got blocked by the rim. Reilly to the elbow. Throws up to Denker. Works his way into the lane. Puts up a floater. Good. Denker knocks it down. Big 4-point swing after Garacki came up empty on the dunk. And Denker with the layup the other way. 46 all. 10-20 to go in the game. Zephyr backs it out to the right wing. Around a screen into the lane. Leans in. Lays it up. No! Oh, man, that was a lot of contact. And they swallowed the whistle between Zephyr and Denker. McCreary. Shovel pass to Reilly. He's open for three. No good. McCreary the rebound. Saves it across the baseline, throwing it off of Jay Mullins. Cats got away with a big open three by Reilly. He's only 33% from deep. He's good, but not automatic. Tied game, 46 all, 10:06 to go. There's so much basketball left in this one. Reilly from the baseline. Into the right corner. McCreary throws up to Wisney. Back to McCreary. Turns the corner to the free throw line. Pump fake. Wants to get rid of it. Gives it to Reynolds. Into the left corner. Denker. His three. It's up. Got partially blocked by Mullins. And the Bobcats win a pinballed rebound. Jay Mullins getting a piece of that three. And the Bobcats have a chance to take the lead. Cats moving it around the perimeter. Garacki gives to Zephyr, left sideline. Bounce pass to Walker. Out of the perimeter left side, spins into the lane, gets down underneath, lays it up. That's no good. And UNC gets the rebound. They push the other way. Denker to Reynolds, ahead of steam, into the lane, lays it up. That's good. Tough, crafty finish by one of the best in the league. Langston Reynolds lays it home. Logie calls a timeout, goes right at the official, and will take a break as well. For the First Interstate Bank broadcast position, 9:21 to go in the game. UNC leading 48-46 against Montana State. Back after this, you're listening to Bobcat Basketball, presented by Learfield.
If you're in need of structural engineering for your residential, commercial, or wireless telecommunications project, Ascent Engineering provides comprehensive solutions for your project's success. Ascent Engineering is now serving the Big Sky Country in southwestern Montana. Whether it's a new residential home, new commercial building, long-awaited remodel, covered outdoor living space, retaining wall, or telecommunications tower, Ascent Engineering is your expert at providing forensics, assessments, or designs. Ascent Engineering is a proud supporter of your Montana State Bobcats.
Ready to build your brand? Think Inc. outside the box for your complete branding solutions. Located in Bozeman, Montana, we offer a full print shop for banners, signs, wraps, trade show booths and graphics, promotional products, and much more. If you can think it, we can ink it. We are a proud supporter and corporate sponsor of the MSU Bobcats. Like us on Facebook to see some of our cat wraps. Ready to build your brand? Think Inc. and call us at 406-922-6462 or visit us on the web at inkoutside.com.
At Jersey Mike's, watching them freshly slice the meat and cheese for my sub is a sight to behold. The layers of ham, salami, and pepperoni are even more glorious than the pink and orange layers of a sunrise. Yeah, the sun's pretty and all that, but in about 7 billion years it's going to explode, obliterating the earth and every living thing on it. And if there's no sun, there's no subs. Meanwhile, the only thing a sub ever obliterated was my hunger. Freshly sliced right in front of you. It's a Jersey Mike's thing. A sub above.
Town Pump's proud sponsor of the Brawl of the Wild rivalry series between Montana State University and the University of Montana. It's all sports all season long. Look for special Brawl of the Wild promotions at your local Town Pump. For the First Interstate Bank broadcast position, 9 minutes, 21 seconds to go in the game. UNC leading Montana State 48-46. Bobcats with the ball. Pat McMahon is checked in along with Sam Lecolot, Tyler Patterson, Jay Mullins, and Bryce Zephyr. Into Zephyr, deep in the backcourt. They call off the pressure after the inbounds pass, and Zephyr has it out of the right wing. Handoff for Pat McMahon. He turns the corner into the lane, down to the right block, pump fake, up, kisses it off the window and in. A little bit of touch from Pat McMahon. Let's see if he starts to assert himself. He's got 6 points now, and he's 3 of 3 from the field. Now a lob underneath. Wisney collapsed on and a foul. The Bobcats had some good defense. I don't know that they needed a foul there. Tyler Patterson with a foul. And that's the 7th team foul on Montana State, so UNC will be shooting free throws the rest of the way. UNC has 5 fouls. First free throw is good. Brock Wisney at the stripe. Guy who spent his entire career here. 71% free throw shooter for their big man. Averages 10.5 points per game. Third-year junior. Colorado native. Next free throw's no good. Jay Mullins the rebound. Bobcats with the ball, trailing by 1. 8:50 to go in the ball game. Zephyr out on the right wing. Takes to the top. Gives to Patterson. Back up to the top, and a foul. Lecolot and Block were all tied up, and Zach Block draws the foul. Good job by Sam Lecolot, posted up against the smaller player underneath. Montana State will inbound to the baseline. Bobcat defense has been there. You need to see a nice offensive run. Patterson off the inbounds pass. Thought about a 3, turns into the elbow, bounces it down to the right block. Lecolot throws up to McMahon. On the perimeter, gives to Mullins at the top, 10 to shoot. Mullins down to the right block, spins into the lane, lays it up with the left hand off the glass and in. Another gnarly spin move by Jay Mullins on his birthday. Gives the Bobcats a 1-point lead. 8.25 to go in the game. Wisney, handoff from McCreary, triggers a deep 3, and it's good. Marcel McCreary got going at about this point in the game against Montana State, helping them to erase that big 20-point deficit. Zephyr at the elbow, picks up the dribble, throws back to Jay Mullins. Down to Lecolot, back to Mullins in the left corner. Throws around the perimeter to the top. Zephyr at the elbow, down to the block, throws out McMahon. Into the lane, McMahon. Pump fake, leans in, lays it up, floating, rimming, no. Rebound loose on the floor, and UNC comes out of traffic with it in a 2-point lead. 7:35 to go in the game. Denker has it, gives it up to McCreary at the top, who just hit that big 3. Into Reynolds, working on Zephyr, down to the left block. Pivots back into the lane, kick out, block. Thought about a 3, steps left now, got blocked by Tyler Patterson. Recovered again, 10 to shoot. Here's Denker now, topside 3, and it's good. Man, oh man, Bobcats playing some good D, and Denker eventually knocks it down. He's 3 for 4 from downtown, and he's 6 for 7 from the field. Bobcats down by 5, largest deficit of the day. Zephyr out to Mullins. Cats need a bucket. Mullins into the lane, draws the hand check. Oh, and then Reynolds just took a big swipe down on Mullins' arms. And Mullins starting to bark a little bit. Not at Reynolds, but Jay Mullins is getting feisty. Boy, he has certainly got an edge right now. All right, we are taking a break. 6:56 to go in the ball game. Montana State facing their largest deficit, down 55-50 against Northern Colorado. Back after this, you're listening to Bobcat Basketball, presented by Learfield.
The power of we believes in you. It advocates for you. It completes your circle. It makes sure you have the strongest circle possible. And with Intermountain Health in yours, you'll always have the care you need to live the healthiest life possible. That's the power of we. Intermountain Health.
Montana Fence, located in Billings, Bozeman, Great Falls, and Kalispell, is Montana's largest fencing superstore. Get everything you need for your fencing projects at rock bottom pricing. Low prices on all styles of farm fence, chain link, vinyl privacy, ornamental iron, cedar pickets, continuous panels, wood privacy. We have it all. Quality materials at truckload prices. Let the experts at Montana Fence help you plan your next project. Whether you use our team or do it yourself, check out Montana Fence.
Bobcat fans, support both your favorite team and Montana State students. When you shop at MSU bookstores, you help lower the price of course materials for Montana State students. MSU Bookstore is owned by MSU students and faculty and serves as the only not-for-profit campus bookstore in Montana. Shop online at msubookstore.org, at Bobcat Stadium on game days, or on campus in the Strand Union Building. Remember, Bobcat fans, when you shop at MSU Bookstore, all proceeds from your purchase go directly to lowering the cost of course materials for Montana State students.
Back to the First Interstate Bank broadcast position. 6 minutes, 56 seconds to go in the game. Northern Colorado leads 55-50. They've started to knock down some shots now. Bobcats overall have still put up some good numbers on the defensive side, but UNC starting to find their stroke. They've hit 3 of their last 4 shots, including a couple of three-pointers. And Montana State's offense still kind of sputtering. Pat McMahon has started to find a bit of a rhythm. He's 3 for 4 from the field. And Jade Mullins stepping up again. Boy, he has really risen to the February fight. 12 points today on 5 of 8 shooting. And he's talking as much smack as the next guy. He's going to the line for a 1-and-1. The front end for Jade Mullins is good. He'll line it up again. Mullins had 16 points on Thursday, and he hits them both. Jade Mullins remains perfect from the line dating back to late November. About 35 consecutive made free throws. 6:45 left in the game. UNC with the ball leading by 3. Denker to the top, turns to the elbow, gets down to the right block, floats it up, came up short. Lecolot with the rebound, Zephyr with the defense. Jade Mullins into the front court. Mullins moves left, out at the wing. He's open. His 3. It's good. Jay Mullins turns back to the Bobcat bench and gives him a boom. Jay Mullins ties it up. He's scored the last 5 points to knot this thing at 55 each. 6 1/4 to go. What a ball game between the Bears and the Bobcats again tonight. McCreary out on the left wing. Throws up to Denker. Turns left to the elbow. Picks up the dribble. Bounce pass underneath. Wisney against Lecolot and a foul. Too aggressive by Lecolot, just reaching around with a big smack. That'll put Wisney at the line for a 1-and-1. That's a mistake. Reilly will check back in. So Jade Mullins, 17 points tonight. What a heater he's been on. This was the Jade Mullins Bobcat fans have been waiting and hoping for. Front end of the 1-and-1 is good for Wisney, and Northern Colorado retakes the lead. 16 points against NAU for Jade Mullins. He had 8 against Portland State, 10 against Sac State, and now 17 tonight. Next free throw, no good. Pat McMahon has the rebound. Montana State down by 1 with the ball. 5:55 to go. Mullins stumbles, keeps the ball, and then a whistle. Are they going to call the late foul here? It kind of looked like he lost his balance. They're going to call an inadvertent whistle and UNC basketball. Taking a look here. Yeah, he just slipped. He was on his knees, and then he got it taken away. Yeah, that's the right call. His left foot just went out from underneath him. That's just a bad break. Now we need the ball boy or the guy sitting underneath to get over there with the mop. I don't see him going, though. Reilly down to the right block on McMahon. Gives it to Reynolds. Works down on the right block now. Got stripped. Oh, and a foul. Bryce Zephyr went in there with the rake and picks up the foul. It's the third on Zephyr. UNC going back to the line. It'll be another 1-1, their final 1-1, as that was the 9th foul. So Langston Reynolds, front end of a 1-1. This is a huge free throw right now. The shot is up and good. Reynolds 67% from the free throw line. His magic is inside. 62% from the field this year. Langston Reynolds, the Colorado native. Free throws up. Free throws good. He hits them both. UNC expands the lead up 58-55. 5:35 to go in the game. Bobcats have played good enough defense. Can they find their spark offensively? Jay Mullins has been one. Pat McMahon has had some. Mullins, topside three. Heat check. He's hot. Jay Mullins drills a three from the top of the key. This game tied 58 all. 5 minutes, 15 seconds to go. A 20-point performance for Jay Mullins. His best birthday present of the day coming from himself. Zach Block out of the left wing. Hands off for Reynolds. Turns into the lane down to the right block. Gives a little shove off and lays it up and in off the glass. 2-point lead, UNC. MSU into the front court. Bryce Zephyr has it out on the right wing. Zephyr gives to Mullins. He turns the corner, spins, goes up, lays it in. Wow. Jay Mullins coming back down the floor, shaking his head, saying, "You can't guard me." Mullins ties it again, 60 points apiece. 22 for Jay Mullins. Really into the lane, Euro step, floats it, left it short, tip for the rebound. Wisney wins it, draws the foul. Brandon Walker picks up the foul. And Brock Wisney will go to the line for two. Approaching our final media timeout. 4 minutes, 31 seconds to go in the game. 60 points apiece. A lot of juice tonight. Great effort and energy by Montana State. After the long travel day to get out to NAU. First free throw is good. It's always a long travel day, even going from Flagstaff to Phoenix to Denver to Greeley. Good night's sleep in Greeley last night. The Bobcats have brought some juice. Now let's see if they can push this thing over the finish line. Next free throw for Wisney. It's good. UNC tonight, 18 of 25 from the free throw line. Bobcats are 10 of 13. Montana State leading, Montana State trailing 62-60, 4:20 to go in the game. Bryce Zephyr has the dribble up at the top. Given out to the right wing for Jay Mullins, who's got 22 points on 8 of 11 shooting. Don't want to waste this performance. Mullins down to the right baseline. Turns to the elbow, gives to Walker. 6 to shoot, spins in, lays it up. That's good. Brandon Walker can't buy a foul, but he can certainly buy a bucket. 62 each. Brandon Walker, 15 points. Stoppage coming to the next whistle. Reilly into the lane against Walker. Gets down to the left block, gets deterred. Bounce pass underneath. Wisney makes the catch and lays it home. Timeout UNC. Bears with a lead. We got a heck of a stretch run coming up. Oh, this is what February Big Sky ball is all about. Montana State trying to get back to 500. UNC trying to stay in first place. We'll find out in 3 minutes, 47 seconds. UNC 64, Montana State 62. Back after this, you're listening to Bobcat Basketball, presented by Learfield.
Bozeman Spirits Distillery. Craft distilling award-winning spirits since 2014. Making some of your favorites like Bobcat Gold Bourbon, Montana 1889 Whiskey, Cold Spring Huckleberry Vodka, Jim Bridger Bourbon, and many more. Visit the tasting room, try signature craft cocktails, and purchase bottles today. Located at 121 West Main, Bozeman Spirits Distillery, downtown Bozeman. When garage door issues happen, don't just call anybody. Call the pros at DoorTech. Our family-owned and operated business happily serves the Gallatin Valley. We install and service residential, commercial, and custom overhead doors and operators. With factory-trained and certified technicians, we're committed to quality, value, and long-term relationships. Call us at 582-1623 and let us help you with the solution to all your garage door needs. DoorTech is raising the door on quality. Your region's only premier authorized Rainer dealer.
At Jersey Mike's, watching them freshly slice the meat and cheese for my sub is a sight to behold. The layers of ham, salami, and pepperoni are even more glorious than the pink and orange layers of a sunrise. Yeah, the sun's pretty and all that, But in about 7 billion years, it's going to explode, obliterating the Earth and every living thing on it. And if there's no sun, there's no subs. Meanwhile, the only thing a sub ever obliterated was my hunger. Freshly sliced right in front of you. It's a Jersey Mike's thing. A sub above.
Intermountain Health with 2 clinic locations in Bozeman is proud to be an official health partner of Montana State Athletics. What an evening of round ball. 3 minutes, 47 seconds to go in the ball game. Northern Colorado leading Montana State 64-62. 11 ties, 11 lead changes. Montana State looking to take down the first place team in the Big Sky on the road. Bobcats trying to get back to 500 before they camp out at home for the next 3 games. Max Ogbonkpolo inbounds it to Jay Mullins, who has had the hottest of hands on his birthday today, 22 points. Brandon Walker has at the top, gives it to Ogbonkpolo, back to Walker, and it's stolen away. Reynolds throws ahead, Wisney Euro step, finger roll in, 4-point lead UNC. 66-62, 3:20 to go in the game. That is a brutal stab of a fast break bucket. Zephyr to the elbow, down to the right block. Has the dribble still. Working on Reilly, throws out to Walker. Handoff for Mullins, steps to his left, works his way into the lane, stops on the block. Looking to get rid of it, does to Zephyr underneath, makes a catch, lays it up, that's good. And they're going to call that on the floor. That's tough. Reilly jumped up, had his arm on Zephyr's back as Zephyr, in my opinion, was going up. So they're going no bucket. Zephyr to the line. That's a huge call. So instead of a chance for a 3-point play, it's a 1-and-1 for Bryce Zephyr. And a gotta-have-it situation. Zephyr 63% from the free throw line this year. He was so hot in those first 9 minutes, knocking down his first 4 shots. Ran into foul trouble, did not play the rest of the first half. First free throw's good. Then he missed his next 4 shots to open up this second half. That is his first point since the mid-game break. And he is the 3rd Bobcat into double figures now with 10. Free throws up. Free throws good. Big-time buckets by Bryce Zephyr, having one of his better games with the Bobcats. 3 minutes remaining. UNC with the ball up by 2. There's Wisney. Bounce pass underneath. Reynolds. Oh, he almost traveled, and he did. Ogbonkpolo came around and walled him off, and Reynolds dragged the pivot foot. Big-time turnover. By the way, foul trouble for the Cats. Patterson, Walker, Zephyr, Ogbonkpolo, and McMahon all with 3 fouls. Probably okay here with 2:53 to go, but something to keep in mind. Pat McMahon just checked back in. Bryce Zephyr takes it out. Out to Walker on the right wing, then to McMahon at the top. McMahon with a dribble, looking for Walker in the post, gets it down there with a bounce pass on the right block, facing up against Wisney. Walker double teamed and had it knocked free, and it is saved by Zephyr as he goes out of bounds. It's UNC ball. That might have been Montana State ball if Zephyr didn't go after it, but hard to criticize hustle like that. It's Zephyr, Mullins, Patterson, McMahon, and Walker on the floor for the Bobcats. Reilly, Denker, block. Reynolds and Wisney for the Bears. Reilly out to the right wing. Bears with a 2-point lead. 2:25 to go in the game. Not many possessions left. The Bobcats just gave it away. Reynolds works his way into the lane, and a whistle and a foul. Almost a tie-up, but a bit of a shoulder bump by McMahon. And 2 free throws coming for UNC. Two minutes, 17 seconds to go in the game, and Reynolds heading to the line trying to make it a 2-possession ball game. Boy, it has been such a tough grind on the road for Montana State this year. Free throw is good for Reynolds. 2 wins, 12 losses. Only 1 road win in Big Sky play. They've been great at home. 8-2 at home, 4-1 in conference action. Reynolds again, the second is no good, and Brandon Walker has the rebound. So still a 1-possession game, 67-64. Bobcats trailing with the ball, 2:10 to go. Pat McMahon has it at the top. Gives it to Jay Mullins around his Zephyr left sideline. Zephyr down to the left baseline. Reverses into the lane, gets down to the restricted area, picks it up, gives it off to Brandon Walker on the left block. Back it in, turns, hook, rimming, no! Left it short from the middle of the lane. UNC clears the rebound. They can take this possession potentially under the 90-second mark. 67-64, Montana State badly needs a stop here. Their defense has been good enough. They've held the best offense in the league, under 40% from the field tonight. 10 to shoot, Reilly initiates the offense. Reilly down to the right block against McMahon, gets inside, lays it up and in. 69-64, 5-point lead UNC. Timeout Montana State. UNC asking for more from the hometown crowd. And when it matters most, the Bobcats with some big buckets. So Montana State today shooting 44% from the field. They're 6 of 15 from 3. All three-pointers sponsored by Wendy's. Only 7 assists on 23 made field goals. All assists sponsored by Aware Mental Health Services. Bobcats are 5 of 7 from 3 in the second half. Jay Mullins leading the way with 22 points. Brandon Walker has 15 on 5 of 12 from the field. Bryce Zephyr has 11 points, 4 rebounds, 3 assists, and no turnovers. But Montana State giving up a couple of late buckets here. UNC has hit 4 of their last 5, and Montana State has been held scoreless over the last 2 minutes. It's a script we have seen before where Montana State has played well enough to win for long stretches. But in the final couple of minutes, we have seen them struggle and sputter offensively and give up a couple of the big buckets. So Montana State has the ball. Have to have one here. 1:22 to go in the game. Bobcats trailing 69-64. Need a bucket, need a stop. The quicker the better. Pat McMahon will inbound to the left sideline. Gives in to Bryce Zephyr. Standing dribble on the positive side of half court. Zephyr at the top. The defense chant echoing out. Given to Walker. Crossing over. Walker still out on the perimeter. Works his way down on Wisney to the left block. Back and in, back and down. Kick out to Zephyr. 9 to shoot. Zephyr into a post. Down to the right block. Hooks it up. Airballed it. Bobcats couldn't get a good look. Under a minute remaining. 5-point lead for UNC. Montana State's going to play it straight up. Reilly will milk it down to about 30 seconds. Fans rising to their feet, which means I have to stand up as well so I can see. Reilly standing tall. 10 seconds to shoot. Takes it to the right wing around a screen. Pulls up at the elbow. His jumper is good. And that just may be the dagger for the Bobcats. Down 71-64. 30 seconds left. Mullins around a screen. Turns the corner. Draws a foul. We're going to call a foul on the floor. Be the 9th team foul on Northern Colorado. So the Bobcats will go to the line for a 1-and-1. Chance to trim it here. Jay Mullins going to the line. Cats down now 7. 27 seconds left in the game. Shot clock is off. Front end of the 1-and-1 is good for Jay Mullins. 23 points for Mullins. One of his best games as a Bobcat. So far, it hasn't been enough. Next free throw is up. That free throw is good. 71-66. 5-point game. 27 seconds left. UNC is shooting in the double bonus at the line the rest of the way. Reynolds to inbound. Cats need a steal. Into Denker. Throws ahead to block across the timeline on the right sideline, and Pat McMahon comes in to foul, and Patrick McMahon is done, his 5th foul. 6 points on 3 of 4 shooting with 4 rebounds. So Tyler Patterson in, Patrick McMahon's night complete. And 2 free throws coming for Zach Block. So Zach Block going to the line. 77% free throw shooter. Puts it up. Puts it in. UNC hitting their free throws tonight. 20 of 28, over 70%. Bobcats have hit their free throws. They're 14 of 17, 82%. Next free throw is no good. It's 72-66. Montana State trailing by 6 with 20 seconds left. Jay Mullins takes to the top, rises, fires, misses the three. Tipped out rebound. Bobcats win it. Lekalot hands off for Zephyr. 10 seconds left in the game. Goes to the rack and misses the layup. And that'll do it. Lekalot will try to go foul. The Bobcats do foul. 5 seconds left. Boy, they just let him go to the rack. They were giving up the 2. And Bryce Zephyr misses that layup. It's not the difference of the game. But boy, he is a darn good player. And you don't see a player as talented and as skilled and as effective as him missing a shot like that too often. Although it may have just been moot anyway. Reynolds at the line, puts in the free throw. So that great defensive start was not enough for Montana State. 5 seconds left, trailing 73-66. Still won't be a double-digit loss. Free throws up. And no good. Bobcats have the rebound. 4 seconds left. Ahead to Zephyr. Picks it up. Tries a 2. No good. Ball game over. Bobcats fall 73-66 against Northern Colorado. They play tight again. 7-point loss matches their largest loss in Big Sky play. And they just have not been able to get this thing over the hump despite playing so well at times. But didn't make enough shots down the stretch. Jay Mullins gave it everything he had with 24 points today, but UNC hit the big buckets late, and the Bobcats fall to 5-7 in Big Sky play, heading home. We'll take a break. Montana State loses to Northern Colorado 73-66. You're listening to Bobcat Basketball presented by Learfield.
It's easy not to think about food security when there's food on the table, but right now, 1 out of 10 Montanans is hungry.
When families don't have adequate access to nutritious food, that takes a very real toll on people's health.
This is why Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Montana partners with Montana Food Bank Network.
Our interest at Blue Cross is we want the state, whether they're a member or not, to have adequate supply, access, composition of the food that they're able to get.
Learn more at bigblueskyinitiativemt.com.
The Ribbon Chop House was founded in 2001. Our ability to grow has come through our commitment to Rocky Mountain hospitality, a concept which incorporates a casual attitude with our high-level commitment to loyalty, safety, service, and quality food. At the Ribbon Chop House, our staff is dedicated to creating extraordinary experiences that raise the bar in each of our communities. Enjoy premium steaks, fresh seafood, and award-winning baby back ribs. We look forward to sharing a little Rocky Mountain hospitality with you.
Hello, tomorrow. We may not know exactly what you've got in store for us, for our routines and our normals. But here's the thing. Turns out, we've got this. We haven't seen everything, but we have seen ourselves be more ready for whatever you bring than we thought we would be. So when it comes to tomorrow, bring on the day. First Interstate, built for you. Member FDIC Equal Housing Lender. Visit us at firstinterstate.com.
You are a Bobcat fan, and your seat matters. Section 108, right in the middle. And a perfect view of the fast break, alley-oop, and slam dunk. At Kendall Ford of Bozeman, we're a proud supporter of Montana State Athletics. We're big fans of teamwork, dedication, and helping customers find the best deal on the perfect vehicle to fit their needs. Where you sit matters, as in the driver's seat. Get started at KendallFordBozeman.com. Kendall, let's start something great.
No matter how far you may go, there's always one just down the road. Town Pump, ooh, pump it up.
Town of Pump is excited to once again sponsor the Brawl of the Wild Rivalry Series between Montana State and the University of Montana. Look for special Brawl of the Wild promotions throughout the year at your local Town Pump.
Town Pump, right down the road. Pump it up, oh yeah.
Universal Athletic has been a proud supporter of Bobcat Athletics for over 45 years. Check out their great selection of Bobcat apparel and accessories for all your game day needs. Shop in store at their North 7th Avenue location or online at shop.msubobcats.com for everything you need to cheer on your Bobcats. Universal Athletic, a proud supporter of Bobcat Athletics for over 45 years. Go Cats!
Bobcat Basketball has been brought to you by Door Tech, raising the door on quality, Montana State University, Mountains and Mines, and by Rate, the foundation of great homes throughout Montana. Live from the First Interstate Bank broadcast booth, this is Bobcat Postgame.
Another dogfight of a loss. The Bobcats fall today 73-66 on the road against UNC in a game that featured 11 ties and 11 lead changes. Montana State held UNC without a field goal in the first 5 minutes. Northern Colorado knocking down the big shots late. And despite a tremendous, sparklingly brilliant performance by Jay Mullins, 24 points today, 4 rebounds, it was not enough. And Montana State falls again 73-66. This is the postgame show brought to you by Ribbon Chop House, home of premium steaks, fresh seafood, award-winning baby back ribs, all served in a casual atmosphere. All right, let's pause 10 seconds for network station identification. This is Montana State basketball.
AM 1450, KMMS, and K236CY Bozeman, 1340 KPRK Livingston, where Montana talks.
My name is Keaton Gillogly. Jesse Ropolato is back in the studios, and we're going to take a break on the Ribbon Chop House postgame show. Montana State falls 73-66 at UNC. Back after this, you're listening to Bobcat Basketball, presented by Learfield.
There is a local ranch just outside of Boise, Idaho, that has masterfully bred Japanese Wagyu cattle with American Angus cattle. Now this American-style Wagyu beef is available to you and your family. Rosars presents Snake River American-style Wagyu beef. Snake River Farms beef is famously found in many exclusive 5-star steak restaurants. Snake River Farms, available at your local neighborhood Rosars.
The Gallatin Valley is thriving, and Bozeman is not only a destination for families to live, work, and play, it's also a destination for businesses. The Bozeman Area Chamber of Commerce is a great way to get involved in Bozeman's thriving business community. The Bozeman Chamber Economic Partnership assists existing businesses through expansion, grows new companies in our community, and attracts fresh opportunities for Gallatin County. Bozeman, our community, a jewel among the Northern Rockies. For more information, go to bozemanchamber.com.
If you're in need of structural engineering for your residential, commercial, or wireless telecommunications project, Ascent Engineering provides comprehensive solutions for your project's success. Ascent Engineering is now serving the Big Sky Country in southwestern Montana. Whether it's a new residential home, new commercial building, long-awaited remodel, covered outdoor living space, retaining wall, or telecommunications tower, Ascent Engineering is your expert at providing forensics, assessments, or designs. Ascent Engineering is a proud supporter of your Montana State Bobcats.
When garage door issues happen, don't just call anybody. Call the pros at Door Tech. Our family-owned and operated business happily serves the Gallatin Valley. We install and service residential, commercial, and custom overhead doors and operators. With factory-trained and certified technicians, we're committed to quality, value, and long-term relationships. Call us at 582-1623 and let us help you with the solution to all your garage door needs. Door Tech is raising the door on quality. Your region's only premier authorized Rainer dealer.
Back in the Ribbon Chop House post-game show. Montana State falling today 73-67. Just a brutally hard-fought game as the Cats come up short, falling to 5-7 in conference. They are 10-15 in overall this season, while UNC improves to 18-7. They are 10-2 in conference action. At Montana's Ribbon Chop House, our staff is dedicated to creating extraordinary experiences that raise the bar in each of our communities. Enjoy premium steaks, fresh seafood, and award-winning baby back ribs. We look forward to sharing a little Rocky Mountain hospitality with you. All right, we're going to talk with head coach Matt Logie in just a bit. He is out of the locker room now and on his way up, so he will be up here in just a second as Montana State suffers another tight loss today. This one on the road against Northern Colorado, and Montana State will be back home coming up here soon. They will have Weber State and Idaho State next week, and then it's Montana and Montana State. It'll be Cat Grizz coming up after that, and so we've got a lot of juice coming up back at home here not too long from now. Montana's Ribbon Chop House. Been serving Rocky Mountain communities for over 20 years. Our ability to grow has come through our commitment to Rocky Mountain hospitality, a concept which incorporates a casual attitude with our commitment to loyalty, safety, service, and quality food. We hope you'll be our guest at one of our Montana locations soon. All right, we're joined now by head coach Matt Logie. And, Coach, another hard-fought game today. Another another one here coming down to the wire, and it's been kind of the same thing we've talked about a lot here. But let's start on the defensive end. I mean, this is one of the best offensive teams in the country or in the conference, and held them without a field goal in those first 5 minutes. What were you seeing from your defense tonight?
Yeah, first of all, this was not like the rest of the games that we've lost in close situations. It was not like that at all. This is much more in line with who we are and what we're about. We had the same amount of field goals as them. We had the same amount of three-pointers as them. The entire game came down to the free throw line. They shot 31 free throws. We shot 17. So, we missed some things at the rim. We've got to be able to convert through contact. But our fight tonight, the focus that our kids had, I'm proud of that. I can be proud of that. Thursday, that's not us. And that was a message to our guys. If this is what we do for the rest of the year, we're going to win a lot of games from here on out. I'm really proud of their effort. I'm really proud of their bounce back. I'm disappointed for them. There's some things that we need to clean up for sure. It's a very good basketball team, UNC.
Yeah.
They're very difficult to defend, but we held them to 40% from the field. So we did a really, really good job. And hopefully we get to see him again.
Jay Mullins tonight, again, he's fouled up that great performance on Thursday. 24 points, 8 of 12 from the field. He looked like he had some juice and some spark to him tonight.
Yeah, he played great. Great, playing with passion and energy. And, we got a lot of guys that have about 30 days left in their college basketball experience. And, that's what we were talking about in the last 48 hours is like, you guys got to leave it out there and, fight for peace of mind and have no regrets. And, we haven't always done that this year, but I think we took a positive step today. I can't wait to get back to the brick, and if we continue playing like this, there's good things to come.
All right, positive step back to Bozeman next week. Weber State, Idaho State, and then Montana over those next 3 games. Coach, appreciate the time and the insight.
Thanks a lot. Go Cats.
All right, we'll take a break. Back at the Ribbon Chop House postgame show after this. Montana State falls 73-66 against UNC. You're listening to Bobcat Basketball, presented by Learfield.
The Ribbon Chop House was founded in 2001. Our ability to grow has come through our commitment to Rocky Mountain hospitality, a concept which incorporates a casual attitude